And here we are live at Powell Davis Stadium on the campus of Venice High School for tonight's contest between the Venice Indians and the IMG White Ascenders. Tonight's game is brought to you on VSN by Vibrant Aspect Media, as usual. And we are here with my partner, Bill Madden, tonight. Bill, thanks for being here again.
John, I'm happy to be here for the third time, and hopefully once again, Venice can do their usual thing.
Prevail.
Yes, prevail.
We want prevailing tonight. But again, it's a beautiful night. We've had really great weather all season. I mean, you can't. But usually you're battling thunderstorms early in the year and lightning delays, and we really didn't have much of that. And then, of course, I wouldn't say winter started early or fall started, but it got nice earlier than normal, and I think it's been a real plus for Venice and everybody who plays here on this beautiful grass field.
Great football weather, and looking forward to probably going to be a pretty good matchup tonight, John. So I know we're going to get into that after you do some recapping. Yeah, we're
definitely, and we have a special guest here as well, Mr. Ryan Sudol, who's the broadcaster for the IMG Ascenders. He does the basketball and the football stuff, so we're going to talk to him a little bit about the white team, and maybe a little bit more about IMG in general. But start like we normally start, Bill, with the discussion about the game last week. The Palmetto Tigers came into Powell Davis Stadium, and well thought of team. I mean, early in the year they had some guys that were getting some D1 looks. They got a new quarterback that had transferred in from Lakewood Ranch. They're a really good junior year for him. And we were expecting a lot, and I would just say that it wasn't so much Palmetto as it was Venice, who played absolutely outstanding last week in a 51-16 victory.
Yeah, and that they were a promising team, but Venice did put that down right away. They didn't give them an opening to try to get back into the game or even be competitive. And interesting, we'll talk a little later about IMG did play Palmetto recently, so we can kind of go over that and talk to Ryan about what his impressions as well.
No doubt. Dominant performance by the offense and the defense. Early on in the game, the defensive line took control of the game and was really in the backfield a lot. Example being, we have usually you track quarterback pressures and sacks. At least 7-8 legitimate quarterback pressures where the quarterback D's had to step up in the pocket and do some different things and get out of there, and really didn't make them comfortable. And they never got off the ground on the running game either because it was being stopped before it could get even to the second level. Yeah, so it was really outstanding performance.
And offensively, what you talked about, I was impressed watching the offensive line operate and the running backs just going through some massive holes all night. Great performance by Alvin Johnson and Gator Wilder, all spurred on by those front guys up front who blew up some big holes in the Palmetto defensive line.
I got a lot of people saying, who's 71? 71 pulls Kane McFall. He popped off the page for a lot of people that were watching us last week about how his blocking was being done. But holes were open, and like you said, Gator and Alvin did a fantastic job. Rushing game, 27 carries, 291 yards, impressive, and 5 TDs, and really a running clock scenario that really kind of, you don't get the carries, you don't get the amount of plays in a running clock scenario. So when you can throw almost 300 yards rushing against a quality playoff team like Palmetto, then you actually have a really good situation for sure.
Was that 2 out of the last 3 games have been running clocks, John?
No doubt.
I'm not sure if we're going to see that tonight, and we'll get into that a little more. But it was a impressive performance from start to beginning, and the Indians start to ending. Yep. And the Indians are rolling at a great time. The momentum's up there, so they're definitely increasing that momentum up into the playoffs, which start very shortly.
Yes. Ryan Downs got the start last week, which is, coach got him in there. It's good to get him be prepared as a starting quarterback. Yep. And then Jaden Glasser, they came in, and we were alternating pretty much throughout the whole game. Both of them had a nice night throwing the ball. Both of them had a nice night leading the offense because it's a take-what-you-get kind of offense. We can, with Venice in particular, the running game's going. Trust me, coach will stick with the running game, but he's going to move it around and get those receivers involved as much as possible. You had C.J. Lewis last week, who ended up with a punt return early in the game, which was sort of like not a backbreaker that early, but enough to say like.
And we've been getting on them about punt returns, so that was good to see.
And he made a play, and once he got in the open, what I really commented on in the coaches show was how the kids are getting better and better in regards to how they are blocking downfield in those plays. A lot of those kickoff returns and punt returns and interception returns. They get a lot of those cheap block in the back penalties because guys are running up on guys, and the guy turns around at the right time, and boom, it's a block in the back. Now you're seeing the kids visibly raising their hands so that they're not being called for block in the back, even if they might be some contact. Yeah. So it's good to see that that's a lesson learned, and it's a lesson being taught in practice.
And the skill positions are impressing me the most about Venice. They have so many options now that I've seen to grow from the beginning of the year till now. They got, like you mentioned, the 2 quarterbacks, multiple running backs, 2 or 3 great receivers. It seems they can go where they want with the ball, depending on how the defense is what they're showing them. But they have so many options, and the coaches are doing a great job of picking out open spots in that defense and exploiting them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Also, just a number I was going to throw out there as well about the game. Palmetto Tigers came in, again, potent offense. They were throwing the ball around. We held them to 71 yards total in the rushing game, which, again, is a big part of what they did. They had running back averaging over 80 yards a game. And so those things that you see that from the defense, especially the last 3 games, I've been kind of talking about the D-line, but they really have shown themselves against a quality team, a playoff team. Palmetto's a playoff team in the region. So this was a team that we will probably and could potentially see in the playoffs moving forward.
It's interesting how the Indians and their staff really kind of takes away what the other offense is good at.
Right.
And I'm very, very interested to see, because we're going to go over some stats and talk to the IMG announcer here about his impressions on what they do well and whether or not Venice can put a stop to some of these big numbers that IMG has been putting up.
Absolutely. With that, we'll take our first break of the night, come back here, and we'll bring Ryan Sudol in, sit in Bill's chair for a little bit. We'll talk about the IMG Ascenders and what the white team has to offer tonight. With that, we'll be back on VSN shortly. And just as quickly as we could switch over, we got Ryan Sudol here, broadcaster from IMG. You said you do the football and the basketball for the team?
And basketball for the national teams, and also varsity white, varsity blue, and some of the post-grad teams as well.
So to keep you busy with all the
yes.
teams.
Not many high school football broadcasters get 20 games a year, so I get lucky in that sense.
And then, in Venice, though, what happens when you do that, you're the pseudo freshman and JV PA announcer. Yeah. So I get that. I get a little bit of your schedule, but I don't have to go very far. I have to be here to do that stuff, so that's kind of fun. With that, Ryan, again, IMG White comes in undefeated, 7-0. They've played a common opponent with Palmetto as far as Venice is concerned. But, you sent me some notes, and I'll let you kind of expand on that. Quarterback's got some looks early. He's only a sophomore. And then you have your running back who's averaging 170-something yards a game. So expand a little bit on that.
The 7-0 is a little deceptive. This team just got back from London, England. They played the NFL Academy, which kind of has a post-grad feel to them, like a 16 to 19-year-old of kids from England and Africa that are trying to learn the American game. So 7-0 is a little deceptive, but again, as far as American opponents, they are undefeated. But yes, Eli Hamrick, as a freshman, got a offer from Toledo.
Right.
And then you look at Clay Ash, he has a preferred walk-on at West Virginia. The more tape that you see on him, though, I can't imagine that he wouldn't get more looks. You look down the roster, you got Xavier Southall. If the last name sounds familiar, his dad, Corny Southall, was on the 1988 Notre Dame team that won a national championship. So this team, again, 80. When people look at IMG Academy, they typically think of the national team and the 80 guys on Power 5 rosters right now. 10 of those came from the varsity program.
Right.
So there's just the way that the varsity white program and varsity blue have kind of expanded over the last 5 years since Coach Bray has been there. His father, Mike Bray, was the head coach at Notre Dame basketball.
Yes.
It's just the way that the program has expanded and grown is huge, and just the Division I placement and also D2 and FCS has just been huge.
And I got to believe it's a smart move, because the demand, obviously, it's very hard with the national team when they were playing. It's a new team every year practically, right? So you look at that and you say, What about the guys who come in there when a full curriculum, a ninth grade start and go through the whole system? Some of the guys are going to have an opportunity to grow with the team, get the fantastic training and the facilities that IMG has to offer. So it does sort of make it was sort of I guess an inevitable sort of evolution for the program.
Oh yeah, and I mean you look at even a couple of years ago, a kid like Mason McHugh, who's now on App State as the backup quarterback. He played against the Venice team as well. Like he came to IMG knowing that he was a Bishop Gorman transfer, knowing that he wasn't going to see the national team,
Sure.
and then led the team to an 11-0 regular season into the SSIA. New independent state playoffs, which IMG Varsity White will be participating in again this year, and then goes on to a Division I program in App State. So it's just the evolution of the program has been phenomenal, and it's again we love Coach Peacock because he's never shied away from the competition. He's always the first call, either for Coach Miller or for Coach Bray. It's been a nice rivalry in the way that Varsity White has been able to ingrain themselves in the Sarasota-Bradenton community. Now playing Southeast, Sarasota, Palmetto. It's teams aren't scared of playing them anymore. Cardinal Mooney beat the Varsity Blue team a couple of years ago, so it's now that the Sarasota-Bradenton community knows that there's learning in playing the varsity team, not just the national team, to lose 50-0 or 56-0. It's valuable because obviously these kids, you see IMG, it might as well be a bullseye. And these kids love getting on the field, whether it's Venice playing against Varsity White or the varsity national team. Every time they take the field, they know that it's a want-to-win game.
I thought it was a really, when Coach first wanted to do it, and he never shies from anything, but you're right. But when he first started playing them, it legitimized IMG in the eyes of the community around here. Hey, we can play these guys. But it also propelled Venice in some ways to another level as well. I mean, all of a sudden you look at it from the perspective of, you've had a couple of nationally televised games here from Powell Davis Stadium. 2 of them were with IMG. So you get that notoriety, you get that sort of play. If you build it, they will come kind of scenario. Hey, guess what? You can play on national TV. You can do these different things here in Little Venice because we got up the road. We want to play them, and they're special. We want to play them and see where we stack up against them.
And there are coaches. I mean, going back a few years, even my first year when Shea Patterson was the quarterback, Coco. The coach comes in saying, hey, we know we're going to lose 49-7 or, 49-0. Then they go on to win a state championship.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what happens when you play teams like IMG Academy. It lets you know where you're weakest and gets you ready for the state playoffs, especially this time of year.
And with social media, kids, loving saying, hey, look who we played tonight. Look what we did. Hey, I saw it. And I mean, there's something to it. And so I think while it seemed like it was a mission doomed for failure, it turned out to be the opposite of it. It turned out to be where it sort of propelled you and put you into the conversation on a national level and with these kids.
And it's a great relationship. Obviously, this IMG Venice has been going on for 4 or 5 years now, and it's a game that people look forward to in the community every year, whether it's on ESPN or not. And it's it's great to see a stadium full of fans, whether you're expecting a 49-0 blowout on either side. Again, Varsity White, this is probably the toughest Varsity White team that Venice will face. But again, this team comes in knowing that they've got the odds kind of stacked against them, a perennial state contender.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what we got tonight.
No doubt. And every time the IMG, any IMG plays, I get more text messages and more blow up from that than anything else for sure. So, Ryan, I know you're a fan tonight. You're going to get not to do the broadcasting. So enjoy Powell Davis Stadium. Enjoy a burger down there, whatever it may be. And we do appreciate you coming on and giving a little preview as to what IMG White has to offer.
Thank you. Great to be here tonight.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys back here in a few minutes. We're going to start doing the alma mater and the national anthem. We'll stay live with that and come back and wrap up our pregame afterwards. And we're back here at Powell Davis Stadium after the fantastic performance by the band once again. We appreciate them every week knocking out of the park with the alma mater and the national anthem and, of course, the fight song as well. So, Bill, you're back in your seat, and we can go over a few things for tonight's game, some things to watch for the games. I always kind of bring up a few things that I think might be worthwhile.
Sure.
One of the things I put in is, will the passing game be more of a factor than in the past few games? We've been running the ball very effectively, but tonight you got to figure that IMG is going to put some points on the board. They're going to challenge you, and you have to be maybe a little more diverse. Do you think that's something we'll see?
Yeah, absolutely. I think IMG does have some really good skill players, and we talked a little bit before, John. They have really good specialists as well,
right?
Kickers, punters, return guys, things of that nature. So yeah, Venice is going to have to score some points in order to stay in control of this game. So yeah, absolutely. I think the passing game might be a little bit more of a focus it has in the past, but then again, if the offensive line charges out like last week and those running backs are rolling, why not just roll with that the rest of the game?
Right.
But then again, one more other thing is the playoffs are coming up soon. The competition is going to get much stiffer. They got to really sharpen themselves up. So yes, I think a nice 60-40 mix between rushing and passing would be best.
Yeah, and you really can't go run only because they're going to load the box up with 9 guys, and then what do you do at that point?
Of course.
You're not enough guys to block. Second thing I put down is the big challenge for the defense with the O-line that's going to be stout, guys that play a lot, that are going to be pretty good players, and of course with a running back who's running for 179 a game.
Yeah,
so
he's averaging 170 yards plus a game. He has 17 touchdowns, John, in seven games. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. I don't care who you're playing. If you're racking up those yards, number 9, Clay Ash, is a running back. You're going to see him a lot.
I think so.
And the quarterback itself also throws very well either. They have a good balance between running and passing themselves. So I think the stats for him as a quarterback, I'll get him here in a second.
Well, like I said, he's got guys to throw to.
Yeah.
Multiple guys to throw to. Southall, who was mentioned by Ryan and a few of the guys. So they got guys that are going to make plays. And so now you're going to put stress on the corners. Then of course, they haven't really been challenged too much the last couple of weeks. But again, they're going to be stressed on that one. So I think the D line's going to be not only with the running game, but they're going to have to put some pressure on the quarterback. You have to let him stand still and be able to kind of do his thing.
Yeah, they're throwing for 180 yards a game too. So
that's balance right there.
I think the only thing, if I was a coach at Venice, I'd be worried about the level of competition that they're going to see this week compared to what they have in the last previous weeks. Even though Palmetto was supposed to be a great team, they dominate them. So is that going to shock them at all? Or can IMG do something like that quickly to get on top? We'll see.
I think the thing is going to be, Venice, I think we have to answer the call because this time I think IMG is going to come back at them. It's not going to be Venice score, Venice score, Venice score. I think it's going to be IMG score, Venice score, back and forth the early part, especially early in the game. Lastly, I see my glasses bad today, guys.
Penalty problem.
will this be a game Venice control with the penalties? They've had trouble getting the penalty problem under control. I mean, some of the games it seems like it's late, it's sort of sloppy, but the ones that we have focused on, I know you and I in particular, is those pre-snap penalties where you go from you get a 20-yard gain or an 8-yard gain, and next thing you know you're first and 15. Those are tough to come back from.
They got to be averaging. They got to be averaging 70, 80 yards. They're giving away to their opponent every game at minimum. I say. So that's almost a whole drive right there, and costing them a score. So you want to clean that up because you do have the big games coming to playoffs, and that could really burn you if you don't correct it now and get some discipline in that area.
Yeah, and Coach Peak always talks about those penalties. He's like, they're not 5-yard penalties; they're 55-yard penalties, or they're erasing scores off the board in some cases. The Coco game being one of the more glaring ones. That, again, in the loss where they had a lot of those situations happen.
Yeah, 2nd and 4, 2nd and 9, big deal.
But overall, I think what we're both saying is you're going to play a tough game tonight. This is a region final level kind of game, talent wise. This is the talent you're going to face at a region or a state semifinal game. Is IMG the same team as some of those guys? I don't know. Like we heard Ryan say, hey, they were in London last week.
Yeah.
So they play a little different game out.
I did read that, and I'm like, well, I thought they're 7-0, and I looked it up and I saw, well, they did play in London. I'm not sure if they bought the whole squad, and they talked about that, but
I mean, not all 13 quarterbacks did go.
and ladies and gentlemen, like I've been here a couple games doing with John, and we saw some sidelines with 30, 35 players. IMG has quite a few players on the sideline, and multiple numbers. Wearing for offense and defense, like number 9, for example, Clay Ash is the running back, but there's also a number 9 on defense who's a linebacker who's very good as well.
In my notes is like only one number we might see go on both sides of the ball. I think it's 7, but we'll have to look for that.
Okay.
There's a guy named Diver. I think he plays.
Diver, the wide receiver, number 7.
And I think there's the other number 7 is in there as well. I think he's also going to be a guy who plays, and that would be wide receiver Lucas Collier.
DB, yeah.
Yeah, DB. So, again, so they're going to have some guys will play, but we'll be able to figure it out. If we make a mistake here and there, we'll try to correct it as quickly as possible.
Well, I know you're going to get the Venice guys, right? So we're good there.
Yeah, we're good there for sure.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're getting ready for the Indians to come on the field. We'll stay here and we'll do a little more talking while they're getting themselves ready. This is old Coach Peacock. We used to get he was coming out a little earlier and earlier. Now and I said, what's going on with him waiting until the last second to get here? So tonight, maybe a bigger game. Maybe he's going to play that little stall when he comes out here, just right under the wire of that 7:30 kickoff start.
I heard you talking to Ryan, and I think you made a really good point that Coach Peacock was one of his first calls. IMG to calls him to see when can we schedule some with you. It's great that we have a talent like IMG, and talk about it really quick, John. There's a national team that I looked is number 2 rated in the state right now, so they're out of this world good.
Right.
And then you got the white team here, who I saw on the Max Prep was rated, still in the top 100, a very good team.
And I think that's their schedule that's hurting them, though, Bill. Because, I mean, the schedule is a little bit weak, but I don't think the talent is equal to the 100th ranked team. I put them more closer to Venice ranking, which is 41st right now.
Yep.
And so I think that puts them a little closer. But you're talking about the national team. So Chaminade being the number 1 team in the state, they're a 1S school, and they sort of they do their thing. They can kind of, they can get kids to come there, just like St. Thomas can or whatever else.
Yep.
But that national team, the talent is insane. When you watch them on the field and the size and everything, it's really interesting. And here come the Indians with the light show and a good job by our PA announcer Jason
enthusiastic,
Swartz. Yes, he's getting better and better with that. So that's really good. But again, Indians come out to their light show and see if they. I'm sure IMG may have seen that here and there, but maybe not yet at the high schools that they played here in Florida.
And pretty good crowd out there, John, for Venice. Looks like stands are pretty much filled up.
This is always a very well attended game. The curiosity of it, Bill, is to watch seeing these kids. And listen, there's going to be a lot of fans who are going to be after the game like, we beat the national team. No, this is the white team, but nonetheless, it's going to be a very well played, I think a very, very competitive game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how some of these highly skilled athletes that are putting up these monster stats or IMG, especially the quarterback Eli Hamrick and the running back Clayton Ash. So we're looking at number 2, the quarterback, number 9, the running back, and a couple wide receivers, number 7 and 8. You're going to see those numbers prominently on your screen, so we'll be talking about them a lot.
Yeah, Cross, Southall, Golick, he's the tight end. So, yeah, you're going to see some guys for sure. We got to find out who the kicker for is. Number 4, that's Quinn Stanley kicking off for the Ascenders, and back deep for the Indians. Number 23, Griffin Gassati, and I'm pretty sure it is number 8, Dalen Platt for the Indians.
Have you seen any close kickoff returns just yet, John? I don't believe I saw one this year, but have you seen anything that went to the close to the house?
Yeah, last week in particular, there was probably 3 of them that almost went to the house.
Okay.
So they were definitely and kicking to Dalen Platt. He was the one who was kind of getting it. Almost getting it done. That ball sails into the end zone for a touchback. Indians take over 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line. See who comes out at quarterback for this game.
Should be number 2 for us, yes.
Yeah, so I see Downs and Glasser together. We'll see if they've come out together before in some early parts of the game, so we'll see if that's the case. I do like when they do that because both quarterbacks listen to play and they're available to do whatever may need to be done. And that's Glasser, Jaden Glasser in a quarterback. Gator Wilder is starting tonight at running back, but we'll see Alvin Johnson in the next series. So 1st and 10, direct snap to Wilder, and there's the first penalty of the game. Again,
oh Lord! And did we not just mention that?
Just said it, and it's just silliness. It's like there's no reason for it. There really isn't any reason for it.
Especially when you're lining this, you probably knew the scripted play was the first play of the game, and they were lined up in the huddle before they went out in the field. So a little anxious moment. I want to not count that one yet. I won't say anything bad about it yet, John.
But it's just there's nothing. There's no reason behind it. You just got to you're. And again, it's the same play. Gator Wilder on the run up to the.
Nice
still on his feet. He's still going.
He is.
How did he get out of there? Gator Wilder. Wow.
Tough running.
Brought down by number 10, Jackson Ashford of the Ascenders, but a first down for the Indians.
Yeah, watch this replay here. He broke a tackle there. 1, 2, 3 and a half, and then finally brought down.
Glasser back to throw. Complete. Dropped. That's Ryan Matulovic. Ball was in his hands.
He doesn't drop many.
No, he does not. Usually short-handed.
It was a good pass, too. A little out in front of him, but it was definitely catchable.
He let it get to his body.
Yep.
2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line.
Use those hands.
Handoff to Wilder again. He cuts up and makes another quick move, and he's got some speed. Down to the 35-yard line of the center, brought down by number 3. That would be Tyler Slumka.
No, he is fast in speed, but I'll tell you what, he's quick too. His 0 to 5 yards and 5 to 10 yards is as good as anybody's seen this year.
Yeah, he is special. So 1st and 10, a quick pass to Barksdale, and he takes it up to the 29-yard line. Brought down by, looks like number 23. That would be Martinez. 2nd and 4 for the Indians on the 29-yard line. Taking their time a little bit here. Got Charles Lester on the field. I know he'll get attention from everybody when he gets on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, they've been snapping the ball really quickly, but this one, like you said,
direct snap
all the clock.
to Wilder, running, moving the pile.
Down to the 15.
Real close. He might. This depends on the spot.
Yep.
And I think they're going to move it for a first down. They are.
Yep.
So Wilder picks up 4 and gets the first down for the Indians.
And you know what? They're getting movement up front too. And Wilder's even making it more difficult with those tackle-breaking runs he's doing.
Again, out to Wilder. He's got room to the right.
He's got a big opening.
He kind of cut it outside. Maybe might get in the end zone, but still a good run by him. I'd give him 10 yards on that one. Another first down for Gator Wilder. Tackled in there by number 6. That would be George Helms. I believe he's the guy on that one.
No, good blocking on the edge by the Indians there. That was cleared out. He did have a shot to get in there, but just short missed the lane to get a touchdown.
So Wilder comes out, and it's a penalty because you can't. You broke the huddle with 12. They have to call the illegal substitution on that.
Yeah.
Even though there was technically not a huddle, it's illegal formation or illegal substitution.
Yeah, you see that a lot in college and pros, and you'll see the quarterback step out of the huddle until they get all the right personnel in there. Then he jumps in, but yeah.
So now 1st and 15 from the 20-yard line. Glasser in shotgun. Plenty of time. Looking.
Across the field. Wide open.
Touchdown. That's Dalen Platt. So we went a little different. Got Platt out there, had Lester out there, putting different athletes out there, and Platt broke up wide open.
Oh, 2 things. Great job by the offensive line holding off any kind of rush, and great patience by Glass not trying to force something that wasn't there initially. Look back to his left, wide open end zone, touchdown.
So yeah, that's what the one you like. You like to see that the patience, the line blocked great, and he found the wide open receiver.
Oh, because a lot of times when you're back with the ball in your hand, you get jittery, and you say that guy may be open. I'm just going to chuck it over to the right here, but he waited patiently, and the receiver broke across the field. Nice play. And an impressive drive.
Josiah Arkadapandian for the extra point. Good snap, hold was good. He's down, and that was a solid kick that time. I'm not sure if he was dealing with something last week, but he had a couple of kicks where he was sort of hitting it off his toe. I always compare things to golf swings, but it looks like his swing was a little off, like catching it a little weird. But that time, got a solid kick, got nice height on it, no problem right there, and he was through the uprights for the extra point. So 7-0 Indians. Great start to start the game, and I like when Venice gets the ball to start the game. I think the offense gets the defense juiced a little bit on the momentum side of things. Gives them a 7-0 lead. They they can go for it at that point.
They have such strong, like I said, strong options on offense to run. And you saw Gator Wilder kind of dominate that drive, and then Glass finished it off with that great throw. But, that's a little depressing for opposing teams when you have a running back that good just kind of running through you. It's almost like, oh, no, what we get into tonight?
Yeah. So, except a good Jaden Glasser with 2 for 3 on that drive. So with the drop. So, nothing wrong except maybe for those 2 penalties. They were the ones that sort of stalled it a little bit. But again, a great first drive for the Indians. Again, that is Josiah Akradapani. Set the kickoff back deep. That is number 3. That's Tyler Smolka. And I cannot see the other number, but I'll let you know if he catches it. I think it might be Southall who's back there with him. We'll see. Pooch mishandled by 24 and then dove down on top of it. So that ball really, really messed with them. 24 is Jackson Gaskell, and he didn't know what to kind of do on that one. He wasn't prepared for it, and then
he's almost perfected that kind of kick, John. I've seen that many times where he puts it into the right corner, about between the 10 and 20-yard line, and they struggle with it.
Well, if you can't get to the end zone, right, with a touchback, that's probably your best route to take, is to do it that way. So 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. And that is quarterback Eli Hamrick in there for IMG. And he's going to run it himself. Stopped quickly in there by number 10, Eli Jones, with the pile is still moving. Guys, you got to get him on the ground. It turned a 3-yard gain into a 5-yard gain with the pile moving.
It's interesting because Hamrick stats don't indicate that he's a big runner. He has 77 yards through the year. They start off with a quarterback draw. They got some big guys up front, so there was some good pushing going on there in that play.
So they gave him 4, so it's 2nd and 6 for the Ascenders. Quick throw out to Ash. No, that's Southall. And brought down by Ashari Charles and Chris Lee. Seen Ashari in a lot of plays the last couple weeks.
A little bit early blocking by the wide receiver, but they let it go. But it was a nice design play and a crisp throw.
So 1st down up to the the Ascender 32-yard line, gain of 11 on that play. And they're not rushing too bad. They're going quick, but they're not going super fast. And there's your guy Ash right there. He breaks try to pop out of there.
Gang tackle.
Brought down by Galloway, along with Judson. Galloway and Judson on the tackle.
Yeah, good penetration by the tackles and the linebackers. Stop those offensive linemen short of going downfield and gang tackling. That's what's going to have to happen. No gain in the play, though.
No, again, it's that right there. That's what you have to watch out for, those kind of things. Guys that can break a tackle and bounce it, because that's how it probably gets a lot of yardage on the second effort. Quick throw again to Southall, and he is brought down by Platt. Good play by Platt there.
You know what? That was a very nice quick release by the quarterback. If you watch the replay here, he saw where he wanted to go and got it out fairly quick, accurate, right in the chest.
So gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 5. Although, and then probably, I was going to say gain of 6 because I think they moved the ball up a bit.
Yeah, they did.
It's 3rd and 4. Short 4, actually.
They're exclusively in the shotgun right now.
That's Ash in shotgun. He tried a direct snap, and it did not go anywhere. Brought down by big Ryan Daly, along with Eli Jones. I think both tackles right on that one. There's Daly and
quick
Jones.
prediction. Are they going for it, John? 4th and long 2.
If they're thinking they're going to be in a shootout, then I would say yes.
Looks like they are. I don't see any kind of activity on the sideline, so yeah, they're going for it unless they call a timeout.
And they did call a timeout. And we'll take our first timeout tonight right here at Powell Davis Stadium. Indians up 7-0 over IMG. Be back after these messages.
What does Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram and Venice High football have in common?
The perfect team and the perfect lineup.
Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram will always go the extra yard, so you can score big with the area's best selection and savings. So if you're looking for a championship vehicle lineup
and a dealership that tackles the competition,
visit Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice.
And if you're looking for a championship football lineup, check out the Venice High football team.
Who supports Venice High football? Douglas does.
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
So we're back here. 4th and 2.
Different formation here, John.
Let's get him to jump. I wouldn't be surprised. He got to be quick run, quick. I think he got it. Ooh,
I think he
close,
did too.
close.
I think he went past the
No,
sticks.
I'll tell you what, where the ref is walking, this is going to have to be measured. I couldn't quite see who made the tackle, but the right side, it looked like he had it all the way, and then they just kind of fought off their blocks.
Yeah, he got it.
He got it. So, again, not a bad job by the defensive line at all.
First, I thought they were going to do the Eagles,
push
kind of play, but he picked it off and went off the left tackle and just got barely enough for the first down. But it does show the kind of mentality there on how they're thinking offensively. They're going to have to pull out all the strings to keep up with Venice.
Yeah, again, that's not a bad way to go. Oh gosh, he tight end. That was number 14. That was Theodore Golick. And he was wide open. He's got some speed. He caught Judson flat-footed, and Judson if he was trying to hold on to him, and he didn't get caught doing it. But
yeah, it looks like he was anticipating a quick out. He was, and tight end ran right past him. If the quarterback would have waited a half second longer, that would have probably been 6.
So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. That's tight end against Golick in motion, and that's Ash on the handoff. Once again, he did not get very far.
3 Indians right on top of him.
Jones and Seed on the tackle. There's a flag thrown way downfield. I'm not sure what it was, but it's...
I did see some IMG linemen kind of bulldozing some guys on the ground, but not sure how they called it.
I don't know either. That thing was... I mean, they threw it... I think they threw it at him like he was... They were trying to hit him with a dart. They threw it at whoever the penalty was on. We'll see. They're talking it over right now. This is when it's going to be one of those peculiar calls. It's going to be against the Indians, so it's going to be holding on the Indians.
Holding. It's a strange call on a running play.
Well, I guess that with the receiver going downfield, he must have just held on to him when he was going by him. So it's +10 and a first down for the IMG Ascenders.
That still confounds me a little bit there.
Yeah,
on a running play.
A little difficult to understand, but we'll have to deal with it as it is. So first down at the Venice 47, and that is Ash on the carry. He takes it up to the Venice 43, brought down by Eli Jones and Eli Seed, with a little help from Ashari Charles as well.
So even though I don't think IMG is having the big chunk plays like Venice did, they're still slowly moving the ball down the field and putting up a fairly decent drive. And this clock's going pretty quick in the first quarter.
This is what Venice doesn't like to see, because it's one of those grind it out. You get less possessions, but again, good teams are going to be able to do this kind of stuff. Ash following his blockers and then wrangled over there by Eli Jones and Ryan Daly as well. So Daly was in there with Jones.
It looked like he wanted to go outside so bad, but he was forced inside by the Indians and set up a third and 4.
Yeah, and 3 more down to the 41-yard line. So it's 3rd and 4. They do have some big linemen too. 58, 72. They're all big guys, leaning on the Indian defensive line. So you've got Hamrick in the shotgun, Ash to his left.
Looking deep.
And nice, almost. It was a nice play. Ash was there.
Yep, the wheel route by the running back.
Yep, but he was. I'll give you credit. I think Justin had a pretty good coverage on that one. Had to be put perfectly out there,
he did.
just off his fingertips.
Spotted the ball. He was a step behind, but it had to be an absolutely perfect throw to complete that one. It did not. So 4th down. Looks like they'll probably go for it again from
4th and 4.
41.
We got a timeout on the field. I think it's a water break. So we'll take our water break ourselves and come back here at Powell Davis Stadium after these messages.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes, in and out, to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
20-30 yard back.
We're back here, and looks like the Cinders are going to pump it. Venice has got to be careful not to jump off sides because that's a first down if they do. And it is a punt. No one, well, back deep at the goal line, but he punted it into the end zone, so the Indians have to get it at the 20-yard line.
So they went for it on 4th and 2 from their own territory, but on 4th and 4 inside Indian territory, they decided to punt. Got a strange call.
Like I said, maybe they didn't comfortable with the 4 yards. You know, they were going for and put Indians back at the 20. But first drive, that's a success for the Indians right there. They were able to stop them. Lost a little time on the clock, but I'm sure that Coach Peacock will make up for that as quickly as possible. Get Glasser in there, hand off to Johnson. Johnson heads right, sneaks his way up to about the 23-yard line. Brought down by number 33. That would be Jason Paganis. I think I'm saying that right, Jason Paganis. They gave him 3. And the notes on him was you still see him on a lot of tackles. So that was the first one I called him. I want to see how many more he gets tonight. Getting in shotgun. Glasser quick throw over to Matulovic and rustled out of bounds by Slomoka. And it's going to be just short of the first down. Pickup of 6. Good 3rd and 1 for the Indians.
It was a good route. He separated from the receiver, and Glasser threw it very quickly, so nice completion.
So everybody to the, and they got him offsides that time. It's always funny how the refs, it happens, they're like, oh, I got to throw the flag. Kids know.
Yeah, almost like they're daydreaming, and then, oh, pull that thing. Funny thing was, back in the day, John, when we played, we used to always go in the same count, and if we ever switch it, then we definitely get an offsides. Yeah. But I know things are a lot different these days.
Now things are claps and all kinds of different stuff. Glasser keeps it, cuts it upfield, and brought down nicely by number 2. That's the other number 2, which I don't have for him in there, so I'll have to find out if there's a name for him. I'm sure there is. But Glasser on the carry, keeping him honest.
Yeah, and
picks up 3.
Like we mentioned earlier, there's multiple numbers on both sides of the ball, so we'll do our best here.
Glasser set, quick throw. Finds Lewis in the middle of the field, and he sits down at the 45-yard line with the first down. Gain of 8 and a first down.
So in offense, the Indians are looking very crisp. The throws, the routes, the blocking, the running, especially offensively. And
he's getting time to throw. That's that other part of it. That time he ran out of a little time. He's running around. He's got to get rid of it. He does. And it's in the vicinity of Matulovic, so that's a good play by him. So.
Yeah, first time they really got some significant pressure on Glasser, but did a great job, like you said, of getting out of the pocket and tossing it away.
I think he was intended. I think he was looking for Barksdale, but Barksdale was covered, and then he was just he went through his progressions, and I don't think he could see a running lane, so he took it and threw it out of bounds in 2nd and 10. Johnson on the carry, slips up inside and sort of got squeezed out of that one. That was the 2 big guys there. There's the D tackles, Jackson Ashford, and then Taylor Falalele.
Okay, and you got Downs coming into the game for a 3rd down play, John.
So gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 8 at the Indian 47. Downs on the carry, up inside and just down to the 50-yard line, maybe the 49. Gain of 4. This makes it a manageable 4th and 4. Do the Indians go for it? Yes, they do.
So 4th and 5, I would probably expect. They've been very successful on some of these short routes and passing, so I would think that'd be the play.
Usually your guy is Matulovic, but it looks like Lewis has got room over here.
And here comes a blitz.
And we moved.
We moved as a reaction to them, but did they call them? Did we do we move because they jump first? I think that's the case.
That's what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
so I saw our left guard kind of bob his head a little bit, but it was because they went into the neutral zone.
Yeah, that's a smart thing. When they do run into you, you're supposed to move to kind of generate that flag.
Right. So first down with the penalty at the IMG 44-yard line. They just wind the clock. And Downs is in there again.
Reversed it. Oh, fumble.
We got back on it, I believe. I think Tanik is up on that ball.
Good awareness by the offensive lineman jumping on that ball
Yeah.
because it could have been a big turnover. Nice cut inside to get what he could.
He's got swung around. Oh, the ball was punched out. I thought it was when he swung him around, he came up, but he definitely got it punched out.
Yeah.
So 7-yard gain, second and 3.
We'll give Tanik a lot of credit on that one,
Yeah,
John.
no doubt. Glasser, quick throw. Gassotti, nice move. Still on his feet. Gets a block. He's got a touchdown. Griffin Gassotti. That's a nice run by him right there. Really nice.
Yeah, and his run after the catch, John, very impressive. I'm looking forward to see this on the replay one more time.
He's a playmaker. I mean, he's a football player, but he's a playmaker too. He breaks a tackle
he gave
and then
Derrick,
makes a move right there.
Derrick Henry stiff arm and then just sprinted to the end zone.
The move on the inside kind of just froze number 6 and it gave Carl Lewis enough chance to block the other man, and that was a really nice play by Griffin Gassotti.
Like I said, they have so many options, Venice does, as far as skill positions on the outside, running backs inside, quarterbacks running and throwing, looking good.
The 4 guys who play receiver regularly can all take it. Then you got 2 guys in Dalen Platt and Charles Lester who can do it too. I mean, you have 6 options. Ryan Downs with the 2-point conversion, and he
gets it.
He got in. I'm looking for the official on the right side. Yeah, he gave it to him. Yeah.
So Indians going for 2. Not strange in that regard.
Man, I think they're just, really making people think about it moving forward that, when they come in on that formation, they got to be prepared for it. And if they're not, they're going to take the 2 if they can get it. So 15-0 here in the first quarter. 1:54 left in the quarter, and we have an injured player. And we'll take a timeout right here, and we'll get back to you here shortly.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
It's the Out of This World sales event at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, and we just launched the most stellar deals of the year. It's Jeep season, so blast off in the new Jeep Compass Limited from only $339 per month, or leave the world behind in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee from $429 per month. It's Ram season, so shoot for the stars in the new Ram 1500 Quad Cab from only $369 per month. Don't miss the Out of This World sales event going on now at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice. Who has Out of This World savings? Douglas does!
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
And we're back here at Powell Davis Stadium where it's the injured player is Ryan Downs, and we're pretty sure, we're not trying to speculate, we're pretty sure that he's probably broke a leg or a bone in his lower body, and they're definitely doing their due diligence on that. So we're gonna just take a little break here, talk a little bit about how these things happen, Bill. I mean,
it's a shame.
Just one of those things.
And nobody likes seeing this, but I know they're doing everything precaution-wise to ensure nothing further gets hurt or damaged. So hence they're taking their time to making sure he's immobilized and put on the stretcher or the cart.
Right. The reaction to the injury was immediate.
Yeah.
It was one of those situations where they all knew right away. Sometimes you see, like, when there's an injury, you might see the doctor on the sideline sort of like hesitate to go out there. But once they went out there, usually the kids' reaction to certain things are, "Hey, get out there," that kind of thing. And so you know that, it's something that's pretty serious. It's a matter of how serious. And so now they're definitely taking their time. They're getting him loaded on a backboard to get him so they can lift him without any further injury, I'm sure. We know they've immobilized the leg and they mobilized what they needed to do. So now it's just a matter of getting him out of the stadium and to where he can get treatment as quickly as possible.
It's such a good year he's having.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, and he's a guy that sort of leads the toughness quotient in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Hey, we need a yard. You throw Ryan Downs in there, and he's been the guy to do it. Been a full-on team player since he got here, and so I know the whole team is going to be a tough one for them to sort of to kind of deal with. And I know that coach has packages in there for Ryan that he runs, and so it's been it's been definitely a guy he's the number 2 guy on the lineup, but I wouldn't even say he's 2. I say he's 1B.
He's started a bunch of games.
Yeah.
He's almost like I would say almost kind of like a Tim Tebow type. He's a great runner, but I saw him throw the ball 50 yards flat-footed a couple of times this year.
No,
so
he's got
all
arm
the
strength.
skills. So hopefully,
like you said, this is one of those things where
he can bounce back on.
And now, so ironically, I'm sitting next to a guy who played football at Auburn and had a similar injury to this, and it's not want to bring up bad memories, but you can attest to the healing time and the therapies and everything else that goes into all this as well.
Yeah, the bone depends if he has like a plate or something. When we're speculating, probably way too ahead of it. But if you did get a plate in and screws, it takes some time, and you'll be on crutches for a while. And if he has any kind of ligament damage, that's going to further the recovery process as well.
And every injury is its own entity.
Yep.
You know, you don't know exactly what it's going to be. I actually as a kid was hit by a car and I broke a left leg, tore ligaments in my right leg, and it was like I couldn't heal. I couldn't even walk on crutches because I had a bad right leg as well. So it took a long time and to get it to where I was off of crutches.
Oh, I was on for a good 6-7 months before I could kind of walk normal-ish, and even today I still can't put my heel down in certain areas when I'm standing or squatting and everything like that. But it has advanced so much. Medicine has.
So we're talking 30 plus years ago.
Unfortunately, yes. But,
so they just loaded him up. They have a very fancy golf cart set up where they can load him up on the back of the cart, and then they'll take him out to an ambulance and get him out
and
to
all
the
his
hospital.
teammates around him. That's good to see.
Yeah, no doubt
hopefully
about
he
it.
could give them a sign. We can't really see from here because we're blocked. But
and last week's Palmetto team, when lineman went down, their whole team, their coaching staff, classy. They were up there doing the same thing with IMG. So I always applaud the other team. Took a knee. Coaches were out there making sure he was okay. Showing the sportsmanship you like to see in every football game. No matter what the situation is, you want to see that kind of sportsmanship, and that's nice to see. So, yeah, it's probably at the point now where he's sitting there, and after the injury when it's first happening, you're thinking to yourself, now what, right? What do I do now?
And the funny thing is sometimes the adrenaline kicks in, and you really don't feel it.
Right
afterwards.
I didn't feel it the next day
for a little while, and then when the shock kind of wears off a little bit. I'm sure he's going to get some good treatment, some good options on how things are going to progress with him. But I'm praying that maybe it's something not too serious, but we'll see.
One of our coaches going out there with him, and respectfully, we didn't want to be showing too much of what was going on because that's kids hurt. You don't want to something like that. It's even when it's a cramp or something, you don't want to see it either. But yeah, it's just tough to see, and you just hope, like I said, that everything is. This is the first minutes of what would be a recovery and him being able to be healthy again. So that's what we're hoping for. So again, we're back where we started. So we're kicking off with a 15-10 lead. Still 1:54 left in the first quarter.
Yep.
So again, I'm sure, like I said, hopefully the team can kind of rise up out of that sort of that gut feeling, that pit of your stomach.
It does take the wind out of you, John. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And sometimes it even takes maybe a half a quarter to kind of get back in the spirit.
Right.
So it'll be on the coaches actually to kind of keep their heads in the game and keep them focused.
And even a little bit for IMG. I mean, they see that kind of stuff. And you're a kid, you're like, man, I don't want that to happen to me. You need a little bit of that. I'm not saying, but everybody reacts to it because an injury that you see when somebody gets carved off the field, I think everybody reacts to it similarly. And they have that feeling of, gosh, I don't want that to happen anymore, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and what you can't do is try to not get hurt. So you have to play the game normally as you do. And sometimes it's hard to fathom if you're not, had some experience with that. But the harder you play, the less chance you are is to get hurt.
Right. So Josiah Arcadapani in for the kickoff, and he's been kicking in that left side. Now that time was a little bit too low. It's just kicked out of bounds.
Barely.
Yeah, just barely.
That one had about a little much spin, the 2-yard spin to the right, John. If you're like a golfer, like you said, it spun just a hair to the right over the marker in the sideline.
That legitimately counts as a 5-yard penalty. The ball be spotted at the 35-yard line. So IMG did move the ball pretty well. The first drive got stalled out about their Venice 41-yard line. And so we'll see if they can come out and do the same thing.
And they had some open guys, too, so I expect them to probably take a few more shots at some point in this half. They had a couple open guys. They overthrew or underthrew, so we'll probably see that again.
Some routes that are sort of like those, going little little
Out
double
ups,
moves
yep.
and that kind of stuff. So they've definitely got the coaching. They've got some a little more exotic plays. I would call them. Quick throw out to Hill.
Same play they ran in the first drive that was successful.
Hamrick to Hill, and that time the Indians had it all figured out.
They did.
They're sitting there waiting on it.
And then still 2 IMG guys blow by a potential block against an Indian. He took advantage of that. And then who made the tackle there?
That was Carter Dalton for the 1
Carter
yard
Dalton.
loss.
They let him go, and he made a good play on the ball. And loss of 1.
Loss of 1 is 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line. Hamrick handoff to Ash. Ash has got room this time. First time he got out into the secondary, and he rumbles down inside Venice territory. Stopped by Papatanakis on that play.
Yeah,
but that's the first time he got out in the open.
I can tell he has pretty good instinct. So when he saw the hole, he made a couple nice cuts and recognized where that opening was. So yeah, he definitely has some talent.
So 18-yard rush for a first down to the Indian 48-yard line. Look on that play, like they just got a lot up out of position on that one.
They're covered pretty well. Yes.
Nice play that by Carter Dalton. That was. Oh, they called.
I think he's got to pick. No, he's not picking up. He better not call it on Dalton.
Yeah,
that was a great play.
I mean, I don't see
his left arm was in the air, John. His right hand slapped the ball away.
Yeah. I don't see how he makes that call.
No way.
It's sort of silly.
Maybe we'll get overruled.
Oh, he waved it
yes,
off.
he did. Thank you.
Yeah, but listen, that's good refereeing.
It is.
I talked about this past week on the 941 Sports Zone podcast. Just get together and talk about it. That guy might have saw something. The other guy he's closer. He can see he's right there. He's looking right at it. So that's a good play.
Well, back judge that far away from the call should not be making those kind of calls in the first place. But
that's what I'm saying. At least
they
somebody corrected it.
Yes, good move.
Ash again, gets up the middle, and that time Lee was there to make the tackle. So they found a little something there for Ash, just kind of running straight at him. It looked like Seed a couple times now in the last 2 runs sort of was trying to avoid the block and left a hole open in the middle, and this time Lee was there to take him down.
Yeah, they occupied the lineman at that time, but Lee did a good job of stepping up and filling the hole.
So 3rd and 6. Hamrick's at the throw, going deep, got a person wide. No! Open. He was open on that one. That was Papatanakis on the coverage, but dropped in there by 14, Theodore.
Yeah, and they ran that play in the first drive too and overthrew it. This one, the tight end again, running down the middle of the field, runs right by him and just cannot handle the ball. It was a good throw by the quarterback. And the Indians better, remember that and try to.
Well, twice now they've run a little. He put him in motion and he went upfield with a head of steam. And he's the tight end listed, but he runs pretty darn fast.
Tight end / receiver, right?
Yes. I wouldn't call him a Travis Kelce. What would he be like? More like a Mike Gesicki?
The guy from Georgia.
But Brock Bowers. Okay,
yes.
There we go.
Yes.
So number 4, that is Quinn Stanley in for the punt for the Ascenders. Almost like it took a knee on that. We got to be careful doing that. And Lester's got to get out of the way. Platt's got to get out of the way.
Nice punt, nice coverage.
He's got that point of the ball thing down where he's getting that extra little backspin on it. If you can master that in high school, there's a college scholarship waiting for you down the road if you can do that stuff.
We talked about how good their specialists are. Their kickoff guy kicked it 7 yards deep in the end zone.
Same guy.
Yep. And then the punter, same guy, knocked it at 2-yard line, bounced straight up in the air, and then they downed it.
They got it. Yeah, he's definitely got. So he's got the feel for it, no doubt. 17 seconds left here in the first quarter. So the Indians get at least one play off here, and we'll see where the second quarter takes us after that. So 1st and 10 from their 3-yard line. I got to think there's going to be a run. Oh, and we moved.
Right guard jumped.
Yeah, just sort of, again, you get your anticipating, and that one was for sure caused by the Ascenders. But again, that's that you can't let that happen. You got to just wait for that snap count.
Well, at least it's only a 1-yard penalty, John.
So it's still 1st and whatever.
Looks like they're almost reacting to some of the movement in front of the IMG line.
Yeah, they are.
So they need to be wary of that.
Last on the clock run down. He was going to throw. And he does. He's got Johnson out of the backfield and out. He's got to move up there. Oh, almost could have broken there for a second. But nice play call.
It was a really nice play call. It was safe. Sneak out of the backfield. Wide open.
And Indians will probably run the clock out. No, looks like they're going to go for it. And that would be the last play of the half, or the quarter, I should say. That was Gator Wilder in on that one. It picks up 2 yards. And see the replay real fast. Falele was in there on the tackle. Good job by him. So anyway, well, that's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Venice 15, IMG 0. Back here at Powell Davis Stadium after these messages.
What does Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram and Venice High football have in common?
The perfect team and the perfect lineup.
Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram will always go the extra yard, so you can score big with the area's best selection and savings. So if you're looking for a championship vehicle lineup
And a dealership that tackles the competition.
visit Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice,
And if you're looking for a championship football lineup, check out the Venice High football team.
who supports Venice High football? Douglas does.
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
Second and 8 on the 20-yard line for the Venice Indians. Started the second quarter. Got both backs in the backfield. Glasser rolling, looking, throws. Finds Gassadi open down at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, and a nice job by Gassadi actually coming back a little bit to the ball. He was open early, but Glasser waited till him to come back towards him. And good throw. First down Indians.
So 13-yard gain. Ball up to the 33-yard line. Bunch of substitutions coming in for the Indians. You've got, it's Wildcat. You got Wilder in the backfield taking the snap. Patiently looking for something and gets shut down that time. That's the guy I was told going to be a lot of tackles. It's Jason Paganis. And we got a penalty late throw in there.
A little bit extracurricular after the play.
So we'll see after the play what we get here.
And I think it's down to Indians.
They are walking backwards.
Yes,
so
it's
I don't know
on
if
the
you saw
offensive
anything.
lineman. I did. He finished the block. Unfortunately, the play was over.
Over?
Yes.
So there was a continuation afterwards. So the 2 yards, and then it'll be a minus probably 15 if it's a personal foul. Back to the 20. Yeah, it's a dead ball personal foul. Yeah.
Yeah, when the play is over, you can't. You got to stop your blocking right there. Even if you have them at a disadvantage, you need to halt.
Yep. Second and 23 for the Indians at their own 20-yard line.
We'll say though, it was a good takedown, good, clean block.
They're
but
hard. They went all the way down to the 19-yard line, so it's actually a 24. Glasser rolls out of trouble. Going to be a holding penalty. You got Gassadi wide open. He dropped it. Well.
Glasser took a nice shot too. Hope he's okay. Yeah, he is. Good. Extended the play as long as he could. Threw a nice ball too.
They just tackled somebody. Glasser kind of just fell backwards after he got hit. So they're going to get another holding penalty against the Indians. So we're going to be way back here.
All right, and then this is the kind of thing, John, that could happen and change a game right now if they don't protect the ball and try to do something too crazy. And then next thing you know, IMG has the ball, it could score and be only down one score. So I expect them to be maybe a little bit conservative here because it's going to be what? Third?
So now,
how long is it?
It'll be 3rd and 24. So taking the penalty, you're going to get down to the 10.
Okay.
Or unless it's a spot foul, which it can be in high school.
They have to get to the 43.
So holding against the Indians is declined.
Okay.
So the play counts. So that would be a Gassadi with a drop. So now it's 3rd and 24 at the Venice 19-yard line. And do you just try to run the ball here? I mean, that's what you see a lot of times in college and pro. They rather than take a risk,
I would say that, but then look at the last play. The guy was open. Desati was open by 15 yards, John. But you do risk some things, just interceptions.
I'm not sure.
Holding.
I'm not sure what Coach Peacock is talking to the referee about it. Maybe he wants the penalty to get the extra down. I don't know.
I don't think he has that choice.
I don't think it is his choice. I'm trying to figure out what he's arguing about.
So new package coming in though. Yes.
So it is third down. Can come with a discussion about whether it's third down or not, but it is third down. And we are discussing again. Not sure what the discussion is. Maybe Coach Peacock initiated that discussion in some way or another.
Who's right, the guy holding number 3 over there or the refs?
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
All right, so third down and 24. Looks like we've got it all figured out now. Empty. Glasser looks, rolls, throws, finds Lewis, and he breaks a tackle. Get another move.
He's got a chance.
He's going to get the first down if he just gets a little bit more time. He's got the first down. So Carl Lewis
went for it.
Runs a little wild and gets the first down for the Indians.
It looks like he gained 31,
So
32 yards.
He got to the 25, then he ran 50-something yards afterwards.
So a football field is 53 yards wide, and he ran it.
Yeah. So is there a penalty on the play?
I don't believe so.
So where is the penalty flag?
Unless they called a late hit, possibly, that we missed.
No, we're into discussion again, but I'm going to take the time in this one to kind of count how many yards he actually got. I think he's out. They have him marked at the 50.
He started at 19 and a half, where the
All right, so here we go. So Lewis is there, and where is the penalty being called? So Matulovic comes up and misses the block. Okay, and then
we have a push out of
late
bounds.
hit out of bounds.
I wouldn't call that. Well, I wouldn't call that a late hit, but maybe they are considering it unsportsmanlike.
No, a penalty was declined. I don't know how you could decline a penalty. Oh, so it's offsetting penalties. I didn't see it, but that's what they're calling.
I think it was after the play when he got pushed out of bounds slightly, John. He may reacted a bit, and they decided just to call it on both teams and
this game is slowed down to a crawl. The first quarter that was going to go fast, and now the second quarter is taken, forever with these penalties decisions. But it was a 31-yard gain, first down Indians at the 50-yard line.
But the referees are calling New York again.
They're trying to figure some stuff out.
They're back in the huddle.
I'm not sure what they're trying to figure out.
Well, they called it on both teams, though. Then it's after the play, and it doesn't count. So
we're going to show you the play again because it was kind of cool to watch him run around. But again, I don't see where both teams.
Ooh, that was he didn't really hit him.
No. But again, I'm looking to see where the.
Right here was a slight
push.
I
saw a yellow flag. All right, whatever. We got it all straightened out. Maybe they made dinner reservations. So Johnson on the carry, and he takes it straight up the middle, breaks another tackle, and he's brought down right around the 36-yard line for a 14-yard gain and a first down Indians.
Might have fired up the Indians a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt.
They came out with a little fire in that play. Good blocking, good running. And they're not having a problem moving the ball, John. They have guys open every drive. If they stop anything, they stop themselves.
Glasser quick thrust to Lester. Lester takes it upfield and breaks it down to about the 26-yard line. Should be another first down for the Indians. That time brought down by number 9. That's Liza.
Yep. He's one of the other number 9s on the team.
So 9-yard gain to Lester. 2nd and 1.
And I got to say, so far, a good mix of run pass by the Indians. They're not favoring one or the other, so they're showing it all right now.
Alvin Johnson, he may have got nothing on that play.
He might have lost a little bit.
The referee up at the top gave him a nice spot, so we'll see where it goes. Ashford in on the tackle. Not sure how that's not a first down based on where the marker is. I mean, why are we not marking it. This is silly. Lester open and overthrown by Glasser. I mean, can we get somebody to check that? I mean, the ball was on the 25 almost, and if you look at look at the marker, it's at the 26. He's clearly got the first down.
I agree with you.
Now they moved it back a little bit because it still looks like, I don't know how you can't measure that.
So I expect a quarterback draw here or a quick handoff.
I would be running the ball for sure. So 4th and 1.
Loaded up to the left. They go to the right. Nice call. First down and
Alvin
more.
Johnson tripped up at the 5. Good run by Alvin Johnson. Tackled by number 23. That's Kalen Martinez.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they call plays on the line as far as direction goes, but it wasn't a good call because they were loaded up a little bit on Venice's left side. They ran right where the opening was, and very nice gain set up for 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5. And there's a timeout on the field. 9:37 left in the half. And the 15, Ascenders 0 will be back. See if the Indians can cash this drive in after these messages.
What does Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram and Venice High football have in common?
The perfect team and the perfect lineup.
Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram will always go the extra yard, so you can score big with the area's best selection and savings. So if you're looking for a championship vehicle lineup
And a dealership that tackles the competition.
visit Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice.
And if you're looking for a championship football lineup, check out the Venice High football team.
Who supports Venice High football? Douglas does.
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
We're back here, 1st and goal at the 5 for the Indians. Johnson and Glasser in the backfield. Hand off to Alvin. Alvin looking upfield, and he gets in the end zone, keeps his balance. Nice run by Alvin Johnson. 5-yard touchdown run.
The Indians are showing the wares offensively, that's for sure. Just a little block to seal the edge, and the rest was all Alvin Johnson.
In the break, you said that we started this drive at the 3, so that was a 97-yard drive, but technically it's about 150 yards.
True. They had multiple penalties that knocked them back, so yeah, I would agree. It's definitely in the 100, John, and it helps pad your stats too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Arcadipani's extra point is good. 9:31 left here in the half. Indians up 22-0, and we'll stay with it for now because we had a lot of breaks before, so we'll keep here on the field. But no, I mean, these sort of the penalties, again, we're looking at the first quarter, there were 5 penalties, and now here in the second quarter we had the one, so we're at the 6 penalties already. So it's just some stuff that they can clean up, and it would just make it a lot easier on themselves. But
they don't want to be known as the old Oakland Raiders of the past. You know, they can move the ball when they want, but they can also go backwards.
I'm not sure how you not consider that. But again, some of the stuff is just, it's a little sloppy, you know. Just, you know, reacting to other things. And I get it. Some things are going to happen every once in a while, but got to be careful with that. Hey, shout out some family members from our teammates. I've talked to some people before the game out in Colorado. Some folks out there, nothing from Arizona listening tonight. Got one of our good friends up in Georgia listening to the game, or watching the game tonight. So everybody who's watching, alumni, parents, grandparents, thank you for watching VSN, and hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast.
I even have people that live around the IMG area, so they're watching as well.
There you go. Ball's in the end zone, so it's a touchback. So that's a nice kick by Arcadipani. Got it in the end zone for a touchback.
He's only bested by the other kicker from the team. He can kick deep too.
A little competition there, right?
Yeah.
So this is IMG's first opportunity in the second quarter. It's been a long time since they've had the ball. They'll get a 1st and 10 at their 20. You know, last drive, Ash got open a little, got some room to run.
He did, and then he had guys wide open down the field too, John. So
we'll see if they go back to Ash a little bit, because he's a game breaker. He can make some big runs. We'll see if they go that route.
No, they have opportunities, but they haven't been able to cash in on any big play yet.
Yeah. So Hamrick. There's Ash, like we called it. He broke a tackle.
20 yards.
Got past Fleming. That time it was Judson on the tackle. for the Indians.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to watching Ash to see what kind of player he is, and he is a player. Definitely big talent there. The Indians have done a good job bottling him up until the last 2 drives. So, this drive is very important to IMG to get on the scoreboard here before half.
Yeah, first down, 19-yard gain up to the 39-yard line. They've done a little something. They're finding something right up the middle. And there's a fake to Ash. Hamrick gets hit by. Oh.
Nice acting job by the IMG wide receiver there.
He actually grabbed onto Platt when he was going by him, and
that was Southall again.
So watch this. So Platt's got him covered pretty well, but Southall, he spots the ball, and you see, we kind of seen it well, but he sort of gets in the way of Platt and gets pushed down. So
yeah, unfortunately, in this day and age, when you do that, the refs, I think they watch TV as much as we do, and you see that, and then the flag comes out, no matter what kind of position you were in.
So 15-yard penalty makes a first down.
And that was good coverage, actually, in my opinion.
On the Venice 46-yard line. So 2 big plays, and they're inside Venice territory. Enough. Nope. Yeah, enough to Ash. I kind of lost there for a second. That time he was brought down by Lee and Seed.
Still another solid play. They're pulling the slot guy over and bringing him to the middle, John, and they help with that blocking.
Okay.
It is opening up some holes, so the guy line up in the slot, or sometimes I saw the tackle pull over into the middle of the field, like the old Washington Redskin thing going on.
I did notice with that last drive or two, it looked like the linebackers were out of position when they came through, so maybe they were seeing something early and they were getting a new look, and they were kind of just baiting him in to go that way. 2nd and 5 for the Ascenders. Quick fake. Hamrick looking to throw. Pressure by Jones. Rolling out to his right. Rolling. And lets it go and complete.
Caught. Yeah.
That's Hill on the catch. Brought down by Lester.
Yeah, everybody was covered very well. Rolling right. Receivers recognized it, and he put a bullet right into.
Yeah, nice run, nice throw. They give him a 5-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah. And it is hard to cover people when your quarterback's athletic and he can run around that much. You feel like you're getting tired because you're running chasing the guy for 8 or 9 seconds.
And really, what happened was Hill just kind of came right back to him, which was you teach that. Did a nice job of being available for Hamrick to hit him with a 5-yard gain for the first down. Ash in motion. Hamrick looking back to his right. Play is covered both ways. He's looking to get rid of it, and he does. But he got men downfield. They got 2 numbers 68 and 58, and there it is. Illegal man downfield.
They try to set up a screen to the outside. Venice sniffed that out very well and just blew it up on the right side. You can see everybody running over to him.
Yep. They're all right there, and everybody's blocking already, and
well, then there was some activity around the quarterback where
yeah, close. There was Charles, and there was some good pressure, kind of got on his tail. So it should be, there should be a penalty and a loss of down, I would think, right? So what are we doing here?
I think lineman downfield, legal man downfield.
Why would we decline it? Why would we decline the penalty?
I cannot tell you that one, John. I would assume you want somebody 1st and 15 as opposed to 2nd and 10.
I guess not. So we decline the penalty.
They have had some good chunk plays. Maybe they're thinking, let's get them in 2nd down. Fake wide screen right. Going deep.
And that 14 can run, man. That he got past everybody for the touchdown.
They've been setting that play up for a while,
kid
John.
Right there, that's Golick again. He is fast, but I think there might have been something with the offensive line. They called it quickly.
They did.
So it might have been
it's on
formation.
IMG. It is. And like I said, they set that play up from beginning to time. This time they faked the wide receiver screen, but he ran over there and 14, which is.
Listen, he gets when he's in motion or he gets upfield quick.
Yeah.
So penalties against the Ascenders. I think it's a 5-yarder.
That Gavlik is a player, though. Tell you.
And again, they got to list him as a tight end. I haven't seen a tight end that fast in a long time. 2nd and 15 now, back at the 41-yard line. We took that one. know what the difference would be, but
Maybe
the touchdown. Yeah,
hey.
I guess that's what the difference is.
He saw the second penalty coming, so let's just let the first one go.
So 2nd and 15 again. Ash behind Hamrick in the pistol. This time Ash takes the handoff, kind of clogged up, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Finally brought down by C.
Possible face mask here, John.
C, I think it's close.
He called it right before the runner went down. So it's either
Right there. There's a face mask.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I thought.
So it was Seed, Judson on the tackle as well.
Yeah, and refs are taking. I wouldn't say they're taking the game over because that was a legitimate call in that aspect
So
there.
they're going to call a personal foul face mask. So the 5-yard gain plus 15 gives them the first down. And that'll be down. The ball will be down at the Venice 21-yard line.
Yeah, unintentional face mask, but face mask nevertheless.
And the Indians are just killing themselves with penalties again.
Yeah.
Now, that's 3 15-yard penalties in this quarter alone, 45 yards. And I'm going to, I sometimes like, I don't want to keep talking about it, but I'm going to keep talking about it because somehow or other they got to fix it. Because this team is not going to get the ball in the field unless they're going to get penalties. And right now, it's the only way they're getting down the field.
And they're extending the game.
Judson never turned around, but fortunately the ball was out of bounds. That was headed for number
Ash.
9. That was Ash, the running back, covered there by Judson.
Yes, about the running back out of the backfield and right sideline. Threw it to his back shoulder, but it sailed wide over that, so he didn't have a chance to catch that one.
I know you want to be, multi-dimensional, but I mean, right now Ash has been the guy. Every positive play has been Ash. 19 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, followed by penalties. So I mean, I don't know why they're just not giving a heavy dose of Ash. It would make sense. Ash on the carry, breaks a tackle again. He's breaking a lot of tackles. That's impressed with him ability to break tackles. Brought down by Charles, and I believe Fleming also on the tackle.
You get 5 yards there. Tough run inside. Yeah, like I said, number 4, even Gavrick, the tight end, you see him, he comes in motion and he just fires right over the guard, takes on whoever player's in front of him. Most likely it's the linebacker most of the time, and he's doing a nice job at least getting in front of him, and Ash is cutting hard and running hard.
3rd and 5. Fake to Ash.
With some pressure.
He got pressure, fumbles,
Pick it
and
up.
Indians got it. That was Chris Lee, sacked and caused the fumble, recovered by Eli Seed.
There you go. That's the way to stop one of those drives. Take care of those penalties.
So a tackle and a fumble recovery and a sack for Lee.
So they rush
and
5 or
Seed
6
with the fumble recovery.
Rush 5 or 6, and then you had almost like a spy on the quarterback, Carter Dalton. So good pressure by the Indians, and that's the way to stop that drive, John. Yeah. 6:29 to go in the second quarter. See if the Indians can mount another scoring drive.
And I think we got a timeout for a water break, and we'll take a timeout here as well. 6:29 left in the half. Your score: Indians 22, IMG 0.
What does Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram and Venice High football have in common?
The perfect team and the perfect lineup.
Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram will always go the extra yard, so you can score big with the area's best selection and savings. So if you're looking for a championship vehicle lineup
And a dealership that tackles the competition.
visit Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice,
And if you're looking for a championship football lineup, check out the Venice High football team.
who supports Venice High football. Douglas does.
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
Venice Indians 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Glasser throws. Matulovic didn't turn around quick enough.
Yeah, and he threw that one early, expecting him to turn, and he had a little pressure on him. Glasser did, so he had to get it off just
a hair, yeah.
quarter second before. Otherwise, that'd have been a nice pickup.
Kind of tough to get your head turned around that fast, but it was in concept it was a good play. It just didn't execute just quite right. So 2nd and 10 Indians at their own 19-yard line. Glasser in the backfield with Johnson. Johnson fakes and pitches it. Had you that time.
Yeah, that did not fool them there.
No. And there's our guy. That's Paganis again in there on the tackle. So Lewis gets a loss of 9.
So the second time they ran reverse. The first one was fairly successful. They gained some yards. This one was saw early by IMG, and no dice on the backside from those guys.
And I haven't seen Gator Wilder much this half. I'm hoping he's not nursing an injury. Glasser rolls. Looking to throw it. Just got to get rid of it.
Ooh, dangerous pass.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take what you can get out of that. So Glasser's pass for Lewis is incomplete. 4th and 19, and now we're going to be in a tough situation with a punting unit coming on. Could have been a holding penalty right there, but they didn't get it. Judson in the punt.
Yeah, very dangerous throw. Yeah, actually, if our receiver did not tip that one, there's a good chance it might have got picked off there. Oop.
Judson. Good punt on that one. Ball's taken at the 50-yard line. 40-yard punt, no return. And we will see what the come back on the field here. Yep. You were watching, but you weren't hearing us. We had a little technical difficulty. So a 5-yard penalty against the Ascenders after a 40-yard punt by Judson. So it'll be 1st and 15 from their own 45-yard line. We're running with a little different crew tonight. Francis Haynes, our executive producer, is working with some guys, and we're hopefully doing a good job for you. There'll be a few little problems here and there, but so far so good. We're doing great with the guys, and we appreciate you guys watching us, and hopefully you're enjoying the game so far with the Indians up 22-0. There's Ash again. And he's good for 4 yards at pop just about every time.
He is. And they're showing right now that obviously he's going to get 90% of the carries. I haven't seen anybody else John run except for Ash at this point.
So 2nd and 12. Tight end in motion. And Ash coming towards us. And spins out of 2 tackles. And again, running hard, real hard runner. Papatanakis along with Seed in on the tackle. But we have a flag, and it might be a holding penalty.
Tell you what, though, Ash is going to be a sore kid tomorrow, I bet.
Yeah, he's definitely taking a beating right now. Holding against the Ascenders. Now it should be a spot foul, so it may go all the way back to the. Now it's going to go back to the 38, so it's a 10-yard penalty.
So I don't have the stats in front of me right now, John, but I'm guessing number of penalties combined for both teams got to be close to a dozen, maybe more.
No, we got some offsetting ones, so we're at a lot of yardage. We're probably in the 80, 90 yards with the penalties at this point. So 2nd and 22 at the 38-yard line. And Golick in motion. Fake.
Golick running deep down the middle again.
That's what he was looking for, but he got hit Southall. He makes a nice move to get out of 1 tackle. This time Dalen Platt brings him down. Good move, good play by Dalen. Takes it up to the Indian 48, so 14-yard gain is 3rd and 8 for the Ascenders.
So they have a lot of pass plays are similar, but they have options to try different, to throw to different receivers. So they wanted the tight end deep down the middle.
They wanted the tight end, but you see that time he had 3 guys running downfield with him.
The coaches did a nice job speaking to some of the players in the backfield regarding that play, so they covered it nicely.
Again, Pressure, gets in there, and they think, oh, they got him that time.
They did.
Eli Seed on the sack on Hamrick.
Yeah, and good coverage downfield. He looking for someone early, and nobody was there. He had to hold the ball a little longer than he anticipated, and Indians, nice job of getting up the field.
They collapsed the pocket pretty well on that one. He did a nice job moving up, though. I give him credit for that. So loss of 6, make it 5. So it's 4th and 13, and Stanley is in for the punt. That the one he didn't try to put the spin on it, kind of caught a little bad, and it bounced off Southall's chest about the 26-yard line. 3:11 left in the quarter and in the half. And he's got one more shake at it here, see if they can score another touchdown.
2 left-footed kickers. Did you ever see that in one game, John?
No, that's a little different. That one, it looked like it was going to go further, and somehow it just sort of cut a tail dragger and just stopped about the 26-yard line. All right, so Indians take over. Good field position. We'll mark it at the 27-yard line.
Still have 2 timeouts as well. They want to try to score one more and use those.
Glasser. There's Wild. No, that's Alvin again. Alvin Johnson.
Yeah, I'm looking for Wilder on the sidelines. I haven't spotted him yet.
Liza on the tackle. So a 10-yard gain for Alvin Johnson, and gets a first down for the Indians. 37-yard line. Glasser quick to Casati. Nice catch, guys. Casati brought down by Martinez. Ball up to the 42-yard line. Gain of 4 is 2nd and 6. Glasser takes the snap. He's pressured, throws, just overthrew Barksdale. He was covered on that one.
Yeah, everybody was kind of running seams up the field. All 3 receivers in the route. He was covered. That would have been a perfect throw to him to get.
That had to have a little more air on it as well. That was Hill on the coverage.
Some pressure in his face. He stepped up nicely, though. It's just that he overthrew it slightly. I'd like to see maybe if they do this time, maybe the outside guy break into the middle of the field. I think he should be open if they do that same kind of play.
Got something like equipment adjustment or something on Lewis. Could have been a towel or a jersey tuck in or something like that. But they
4 wides.
There's Alvin on the
carry. Spread him out.
Good run by Alvin. Down inside the 40-yard line.
That was interesting.
Brought down by number 6. That's Helms, I believe, on the tackle.
They spread him out, 2 receivers on each side, kind of opened the field up a little bit, and Alvin took advantage of that and had a nice hole there.
Pass complete to Barksdale. Yes, Indians running some tempo. Ball was at the 39. It gets down to the 33 or 32 for a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3. Alvin on the carry. Upfield inside the 30, maybe just short, or did he get it?
He's got it.
So first down for Alvin on that one.
I think about 4 there.
At the 27-yard, so a 5-yard gain.
Clock's ticking.
I think Ashford on that tackle. Again, there's Glasser hitting Matulovic at about the 17-yard line. Be close to a first down. He kind of tried to swiggle away from it. Went back there, but he gave him the first down and a 10-yard gain.
That was a nice catch, though. He went up and got that one with his fingers and had very good concentration.
Alvin Johnson on the handoff quick. Sort of lost his balance.
Yeah, he didn't get creamed, and that wasn't a great hit. He was losing his balance.
Hansen on the tackle.
But he was a half a step from getting in the end zone there.
So 2nd and 1 at the Venice IMG 8-yard line. Johnson on the carry this time, and he goes down with a loss on the play at the 10-yard line. Tackled there by 52. That was Marshall Muldray. So Loss of 2 on the play. Makes it 3rd and 3 at the IMG 10-yard line. 1:07 left in the half. Indians taking their time a little bit right here. Dial up a good play. Glasser quick throw and incomplete, intended for Matulovic. Kind of out in front of him a little bit. 4th and 3 at the 10-yard line.
Yeah,
that was decent coverage.
He was expecting maybe a possible flag, but no, it was good coverage. He's right on his hip pocket there, so it was it was tough to squeeze that ball in there.
We don't have that number 2. That's what we talked about earlier, but so number 2 on the coverage. Glasser looking to throw, pipes and he's sacked. Just kind of they took an extra step, or they must have had the coverage where they were looking, and he just got right there, and his Ashford came in first, and he kind of got away from Ashford, and then the rest of the line kind of cleaned it up.
Yeah, he was looking to the right side, and obviously wasn't open right away, and that kind of play, if the guy wasn't open, that was it. Yeah, the quarterback has to run, or because there's no way you're going to find somebody else.
So 52 seconds left in the half. Let's see if the Ascenders try to do something on offense, or they just take a knee and go into the half, because they get the ball coming out here in the first half or second half. And there's our guy Ash, and he's got some speed, and he is out in front of everybody and keeps his balance. Up to Charles Lester. He knocks over Lester and gets down to the 24-yard line. Good hustle back there by Ashari Charles and Chris Lee to make the tackle along with Charles Lester.
You can't rest. Maybe Venice was a little guilty of thinking he was going to go to the half too, John, because it looks like he just ran through a storm of Indians there.
There he goes again. I'm telling you, I just don't know why they're not running him more. Jones and Seed on the tackle. So we'll take a quick timeout here with 25 seconds left in the half. Still your score, Indians 22, IMG 0.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
Second and 5 at the Venice 18-yard line. Ash next to
Be a great
Hamrick.
feather in their cap if IMG can
They're
get a
gonna throw
score here.
And breaks away from the pressure. And so there's probably going to be a holding penalty, and there may be a grounding penalty, but we'll see what it comes down to. And I think Hamrick hurt himself trying to make that underhanded throw. Good pressure there by Galloway, and he kind of got hit by Ashari Charles.
Yeah, there definitely was a hold in that play, so they're going to be knocked back 10 yards, which will hamper their attempt of trying to get a touchdown before half. Yeah.
Ascenders. Ball will be back down, so they're on the 18, so it should end up at the 28, and it did.
And I believe they are out of timeouts, John, so
yes,
if they run a play, they're going to either get out of bounds or get a first down and spike it in order to get 2, maybe 3 plays off.
Now, does the clock start immediately after it's spotted? Because there it goes, it winds. So it should be moving, and it's not. So 17, should have been 3 seconds. And it's more holding right there. I don't know how he missed that one. He got
Fumble.
it. Ball's fumbled. Recovered. Nope, it's still on the ground.
But that would be the end of the half, even if IMG recovers it, because they'll probably run the rest of the clock out.
So that's going to be one to look at right now. So we got Hamrick gets pressured. He was holding on 2 guys. Looked like Ashari Charles knocked the ball out of his hand. And then
Yeah, what do you know?
Judson.
Flags on the field, John.
There's holding. There's a lot of holding on that play.
Well, Venice recovered. They declined it. I think IMG might have jumped back on the ball, though. But 9 seconds, the clock should start right away.
Here's what happens. All of that doesn't matter.
Okay,
it's a 10-yard penalty.
Now somebody went down as like they're injured, so...
It's the quarterback. He was hurt.
Was he?
Yeah, he was hurt.
That'll be a runoff, too, correct?
I don't know if they do that here, but you never know. 9 seconds left in the half. I'm still stuck on how long Ash's run was because it got so out of control there for a second with that long run. See, there's a holding up top. Then they're holding Charles. Charles comes back, sacks him. You see, he gets kind of mowed over by his own guy, and he was hurt on the play before that too.
Yeah, he was limping a little bit before him, and he might have just exaggerated that. Not exaggerated. He might have hurt it a little further in that tackle there.
So I just figured out Ash's run was 65 yards. So nice run by Ash.
He's probably close to 100 then for the day.
Oh, now he's easily
over 100.
I bet you he's probably getting near his average almost at this point.
Yeah, and we mentioned before, if you can see pregame, Ash averages 173 yards a game. So this is nothing new for him, even against a very good, talented Venice team. And
he runs like he's one of those guys. He kind of initiates the contact, keeps his feet moving, and he tends to get the extra yardage and gets extra 4 or 5 yards when he should be down maybe after a 2-yard gain.
No, he's definitely a hard runner. I wouldn't compare him to the Armwood running back. It's a different style.
Right.
But this guy does run really hard, and he broke a lot. I'd say of the yardage he has, 20-30% of it was after contact.
Yeah, so there's no doubt about he's definitely a kid I know he's got a preferred walk-on opportunity, I think in West Virginia. So and then when they talked pregame, they were talking about how they think that he probably will be getting some other offers as well. Ryan Sudol was our guest, and he talked about how Ash has been steadily improving and keeping those numbers up there. When you average 179, no matter what it is, you're doing something right.
And you sent me some items to look over earlier today about how many guys are getting recruited by college from IMG. It's staggering.
And that's the varsity kids. Yeah. That's not the national team. So you got a lot of guys on this team for as well. So Hamrick lipping off, not putting much pressure on that left leg.
And that's a big hurt for IMG as far as their offense production, because other than Ash, he's the number one.
Yeah, he's the
producer. On their team.
No doubt about it.
I'm not sure who their backup is right now, and it looks like number 15.
So we're going to look at our thing. 15 quarterback would be Alex Nuera.
Okay.
Yeah, Nuera. Yeah. So 15 is in. See if he come off the
Clock
bench and
is running.
make something happen. Gets it off. Last play of the half. He's rolling to his right, throws, and incomplete. And they'll go in at the half. That is it. So Indians up 22-0.
Interesting half, though.
Very interesting half. Everything from anything good, bad, and different, all kinds of stuff happening. And so we'll see what happens here in the second half. With that, we'll take a break, come back, and we'll be able to watch the band perform tonight. As normal, as homecoming last week, we didn't get to see them play their halftime show, but we did get a chance to see them afterwards. So take a break, come back, watch the band, and we'll get the stats together, and we'll come back here at Powell Davis Stadium for the second half.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
What does Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram and Venice High football have in common?
The perfect team and the perfect lineup.
Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram will always go the extra yard, so you can score big with the area's best selection and savings. So if you're looking for a championship vehicle lineup
And a dealership that tackles the competition.
visit Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice,
And if you're looking for a championship football lineup, check out the Venice High football team.
who supports Venice High football? Douglas does.
It stole my story. I just found it. Yeah. Who is this weirdo?
How do you guys watch games? You stream them or you got them? Down in front, which stream them on? The Mafia has a streaming service. You won't have it. You're watching the Mafia. Join that on
top tier entertainment.
Streams everything. So no matter where it is, you watch it.
This is top tier entertainment.
Well, yeah, they're all like that. You know what?
Marching band is a color. It's hard. I was laughing, but this is somehow it's hard. It's freaking. CD Lamb on top.
Do you get to say good luck to them tomorrow night?
Not yet. The one with the red. Good boy.
I'm one side.
I'm not the one that does the
I'm one side.
No, I see the color. Oh, I'm the man that
I'm one side. Not having
And we're back here at Powell Davis Stadium with the halftime score: Indians 22, IMG Ascenders 0. Great job by the Venice High School band, the 2023 version. They do a good job every week. Everybody, they get better and better. And I mean, I know they have some high aspirations about going some contests and going overseas and some things. So hopefully they get to achieve all their goals this year too.
They're wearing some big, bulky uniforms, so I'm glad it's nice and cool out for them tonight.
Nice
so.
breeze came to. We just noticed how breezy it
good
got
job.
off the east end of the stadium. So we'll see if that affects both teams. Bill, real quick, I'm going to kind of go through some stats. You comment where you see necessary, but I'll start with the IMG Ascenders. 17 carries, 136 yards. The bulk of that coming from our buddy Mr. Ash. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's ahead of schedule.
And I would probably say he's got all of the yardage, but maybe more so because there's been some lost yardage. So he's probably upwards in the 150 range. Passing wise, not as effective as you probably would hope. 5 for 12, 35 yards.
They had some opportunities, though, John, to increase that number significantly. Yeah. In fact, they had a touchdown called back.
A big gainer.
And that was, 35, 40 yards.
Yep.
And they had a couple guys run straight down the field that they overthrew or underthrew at certain times in the first and in the early second quarter. So that number is deflated, but it could have been much higher if they were a little more diligent in throwing and catching.
Yep. For Venice Indians, rushing in the first half, 22 carries, 161 yards with 1 touchdown. It was a tale of 2 quarters between Gator Wilder and Alvin Johnson. Maybe they just went quarter to quarter. I don't know, because we looked back at the stat line, and Gator ran most of the runs in the first quarter, and then 1 run in the second, and Alvin ran the majority of the runs in the second quarter. So individually, Gator Wilder 6 carries, 68 yards. Alvin Johnson 11 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown. Jaden Glasser 2 carries for 2 yards. Ryan Downs 1 for 4, and Zakara Lewis 2 carries for -2 yards.
Well, it felt like to me, if the Indians didn't penalize and hurt themselves, they could probably go down the field, John, almost every drive. But unfortunately, those penalties do exist, and they did commit them. But one of the negative aspects of the whole half for me, John, I still is seeing Ryan Downs go down in an injury. Yeah. Hoping the best. I hope it's nothing too serious, but it did look a little scary.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And Nick said we'll get updates while we can. We don't want to speculate anything. I'm sure we'll get something in regards to the nature of the injury, but maybe that's the severity of it. We'll find something out before the game's over. Passing wise, Jaden Glasser was 12 for 20. 138 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Pretty solid half. I mean,
I thought he was very efficient.
I will say this: a couple times when he rolled, he probably could have got rid of the ball a little quicker, maybe a little risky with the throw. But I mean, if he's effective when he gets out of the pocket. So I can't really criticize that, but those are just things that you got to take what you can get and see how far.
Well, I do remember him throwing the ball away. You commented on it earlier. No one was open. He threw it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Made a nice decision. Came back a couple plays later and made a good, nice throw in those occasions. So I do think that he's making smart decisions, and the running game, as you mentioned, is powerful enough. We're not sure if Gator Wilder is even going to be playing because he didn't play too much in the second quarter, John. So we're not sure of his status.
I'm looking to see as the team comes out. We'll see if warming up or if there's what's going on. We'll see how that goes. Real quick, individually for the Venice Indians, receiving wise, Jace Barksdale 2 catches, 13 yards. Dalen Platt 1 catch, 20 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Matulovic 2 for 16. Sakara Lewis 2 for 39. That one that he ran about 70 yards to get 31 yards. Griffin Gasati 3 catches, 54 yards, and then we had and a touchdown. Then we had Alvin Johnson 1 for 17 and Charles Lester 1 for 9.
So a lot of efficiency there is spreading the ball out. So there's not, unlike IMG, which is a bulk of their offense is coming out of 1-2 players, John, we have 7 or 8 that are contributing. So that's good to see that they have multifaceted options for Venice to go to.
Yeah, no doubt. And then, of course, on penalties, 8 penalties for the Indians for a total of, give you real quick, 45, 60, for about 77 yards. And we do have an update right now, real quick, for Ryan Downs. There was definitely a compound fracture. It was a quarterback broke the tibia
or fibia,
yep. But the bone was compound. He was flown to All Children's Hospital by Bay Flight out of here. So prayers to him and the family. I'm hoping he's going to heal up good and he's healthy long term. We want to make sure that's the case. I'm sure there's some specialists up there that'll make sure they get everything done proper. And I will say this: the response on the field, while we don't want to show it, was calm, efficient. Everybody was on board. We had the right amount of doctors and medics and everything else. You like to see when you know how these games are put together and what it takes to put these games together. That's the part that you always hope is always going to be right on target, and it was tonight.
And we don't want to see those people on the field, but fortunately they were prepared and they did a nice job handling the situation. Took their time, didn't rush anything, and hopefully he's getting great care right now. And when he gets to the hospital, they'll be able to assist him in any way and see him back at some time in the future.
And I'm sure in those scenarios that they when they're on the way, they're already kind of they're good. They're taking care of them. By the way, just another update too. Gator Wilder is not dressed here for the second half to play football. He is in shorts. Got a little limp, so maybe an ankle injury. I'm sure they're just going to caution on the side.
Yeah.
Be careful with him. Alvin Johnson is obviously a more than capable back, and of course Macho Jones, the third string running back, has shown his wares with the second team offensive line. Maybe an opportunity to get him out there with the first team guys and see what he can do. The ninth grader has shown that he has got the ability to do a lot of good stuff.
Fortunately for Venice, they do have a 22-0 lead. IMG has moved the ball fairly well, but Venice has held out of the end zone and stiffened up when they got close to that goal line.
Yeah, every drive seems to be there's some success.
Yeah.
And then they get to about the 40, the 30.
Oh, they have their penalty problems as well.
Well, that's the last drive where I thought they were going to score for sure, and they got pushed back twice with penalties, and again, that was no help to them. So I guess, looking at it from the game perspective, it does sort of balance itself out. Sometimes the penalties do, but the fact that the Indians have so many penalties in the last couple of games is something that is concerning down the road. You got to make sure that gets straightened out.
And one thing I saw while I was outside at halftime, John, the wind has picked up quite a bit, like you mentioned earlier. So it will affect some of the passing games, and I'm wondering who we're going to see a quarterback from IMG if their quarterback comes back.
He was
from this drive.
Reporting the Southern, he was not feeling very well. So Arca DePonte ready to kick off, kicks it down in that side of the field that he likes, and Southall gathers it up at the 6. Got some speed coming upfield, breaks it out, and is picked up and brought down by a bunch of Indians on that play. Yep. Kane Justin leading the tackle along with Adam Papakanakis.
Yeah, great coverage there. Another good height on that ball. So it gives the defenders time to get down there and meet him before he could get moving. And they stopped him at the 17-yard line and hit him to start at the 15.
And he had a little wind at his back, a little wind aided on that one. So that was good. Good play for him. So 1st and 10 Ascenders at their own 18-yard line. And who's in at quarterback? It is the backup. It is number 15. That is Nuera in for the IMG Ascenders. Got Ash, and he quick handoff to Ash, and this time he gets stopped, but breaks outside again. And a nice play by Carter Dalton that time. Nice play.
It was, and Carter Dalton did not get sucked into the play and come inside and try to make a tackle backside. He held his ground on the outside, and when Ash broke out, he was right there to stop him for, looks like a small loss.
Loss of 2 on that play, so ball's at the 16-yard line, 2nd and 12. So I don't know if the Ascenders can go too fast. I mean, the backup quarterback, I'm sure he's capable. If he's at IMG, he's probably really capable, but we'll see if he's prepared for the maybe a higher tempo. We'll see what happens.
And for Venice, it's watch number 9. Watch ooh, there you go. Quarterback couldn't handle it.
So that's a nice, easy sack for Ashari Charles.
A new quarterback kick comes in. He took it eye off the ball. It wasn't the greatest snap, but it was certainly catchable. It bounced off his left knee, and like you said, easy sack for Venice.
So that would be now back down to another 4-yard loss. So back to the 12-yard line. So it is 3rd and 16 for the Ascenders at their own 12-yard line. And do you go conservative here, Bill, and you hand off to Ash because he can go? I'm not how conservative really
maybe
is.
A short pass to Ash, or looks like they had their signals crossed there.
Yeah. He rolls,
and
penalty flag, ball's out of bounds, incomplete.
Looks like there's another hold on the play, John.
Yeah, it got to be. I don't think it couldn't be anything against the Indians. There was no Indian player really in the area. Charles, again, nothing really there, and there's a flag coming in, so I'm not sure quite what it was. But they're going to decline the penalty. It's a penalty against the Ascenders.
Yeah, and then I don't think the quarterback or the running back was on the same page. They kind of ran into each other and blew the whole play up, and the quarterback was forced to just scramble to the right.
And they bring Stanley back in. He's been pretty good so far, but he's going back into that win, the win that pushed the ball down. So Carl Lewis has got to be ready for a nose-diving football. Maybe he'll do the one bouncer he did last week and took it to the house. We'll see what happens. Line drive, you got to be careful. And hit Lewis, hit Brantley.
Well, at least he recognized it, got on the ball.
He sure did.
That's always dangerous when you're trying to hold back the guys on the wide side of the field from running down to the play. Your back is turned, and the short punts can kill you like that.
So Kenai Brantley gets actually a punt return for no yardage. I'm sure he didn't want that, but he got it. So.
But great field position for the Indians for their first drive at the second half.
Yeah, you got to like that with the wind at their back, too. So 1st and 10 at the Ascender 46-yard line. So we know Alvin Johnson will be coming out with Jaden Glasser. And
Coach Peacock has been very unpredictable in some of his play calling. Do you think he goes a little conservative here with Alvin? I'm running the ball a lot.
And I'm not sure if that's going to be.
Oh!
And that's a touchdown.
And he did run the ball with Alvin.
Conservative, but it was, he got a penalty. I'm not sure why there's a penalty, but there is a penalty. After the play, it's going to be a post-touchdown.
A little pushing and shoving afterwards.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Right there, and I'm not sure if that led to it, but it was in that same vicinity. And look, that's a big defensive tackle chasing down Alvin. I give him credit for going after staying after the play there. If Alvin had slowed down, he would have had a 80-pound guy on his back.
No, when your starting players go down, like we talked about with Downs, and you have your best running back on the sidelines, you want to see the other guys come up and step up and make big plays. And first play of the second half, Alvin Johnson, boom. How many yards was that, John?
46.
46 yards.
46-yard run for him. Takes him over 100 for the. All right, so it looks like it's against the IMG team. Looks like they're going to be personal foul against IMG, and they're going to mark it off on the kickoff, so that will be helpful as well.
So what does that put Alvin at total for yards? Is one of his
46
best games?
and 89. Well, he's had some big ones, but right now he's getting there. It puts him at 135 so far. We'll see if he can get a little more as the game goes on. Akadapani in for the extra point. Quick down, and extra point is good.
Well, one play ran on offense for the Indians in the second half, 46 yards.
No doubt.
Sprint, scamper, bulldoze, touchdown Indians.
So just one other thing real quick, just not to, but Ryan Downs was the holder on extra points.
Oh.
So I just realized that and watched it, and it was a good, it wasn't the best snap, but he did a good job putting it down. I didn't see the number of the player, but we'll see him the next time he's out there. So that's another one that's sort of affects.
And I'll tell you what, holding for a left-handed kicker versus a left-footed kicker versus a right-footed kicker, it's totally different.
I just noticed that because the way he caught it a little awkwardly, and it's not a right hand or a left hand or whatever it may be. So definitely awkward. I don't know about you, Bill, but a lot of folks watching this game at home tonight. So everybody out there who's texting and commenting on the game and telling us what a nice job everybody's doing. So thank you for that. I hope everybody is enjoying the game tonight.
I thank your staff, John. They're doing a great job
That's
upstairs
what I'm saying.
filming things, and Francis doing a great job cutting in and out and giving us some good angles.
Getting a lot of big time thumbs up about how things are looking on the broadcast. So we do appreciate everybody with their kind words. So Arkadapani in for the kickoff. Now, do you? They got some guys out there. Do you want to onside it?
Well, you've seen a few things from Coach Peacock this
he's
year.
He's not afraid to do it
during that front.
And there it is. And they're covered it. Nice play.
Well, and
84 for the Ascenders. That's Max Jewett for them to recover it.
And the game is not a runaway, and that was a legitimate play in my opinion as far as doing an onside kick. When you know if you miss it, the team is not going to have tremendous field goal.
So here's what you did: you got the ball. If you kick it out of the end zone, it's at the 20. So they got 16 yards on the play, basically. And
with the possibility of getting the ball.
I don't know how you don't want to do that in that case.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Snap, handoff, Ash on the carry. Again, breaking tackles. That time, Eli Seed, along with.
Yeah, and as expected, Venice has 7 to 8 guys on the line of scrimmage. And the linebackers are staring at number 9, Ash, and follow him all over the field because he's going to probably have to carry 75 to 80% of the offense the rest of the game for them.
So gain of 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Ascenders. 9:42 left in the quarter. Again, not rushing with the new quarterback, new area in there. Probably getting him, acclimated to what's going on.
Yeah, you had to complete a pass that didn't have a penalty, so still waiting for his first completion.
Where it keeps it, runs, and is stopped by. That would be Daly, along with Dylan with Seed on the play.
Yeah, Daly made a nice move on Ash, who was trying to block him when he ran through the backfield. Was able to escape that and made a nice play to tackle him. Really athletic.
So it looks like no gain. 3rd and 8 for the Ascenders. Oh, that time they got him, and the ball came loose.
Pick it up.
Pick it up.
Now fall on it.
Got on it.
There you go.
Recovered by Ashari Charles.
Almost by Eli. Was Chris Lee was almost got it as well.
Yeah, so let's see what the sack, who got that sack on that one. So it was Eli Seed. He sack and fumble caused. So he had
Chris Lee almost picked it up and went to the house. It would have been so nice, but he couldn't get a hand on it. The ball bounces really funny sometimes. So fortunately, still the Indians recovered.
So ball is back at the 36-yard line. Indians take over 1st and 10. Great play by Eli Seed. Fumble caused, and then Indians are at the 36. Glasser, quick throw. Throws out of bounds. Did he get back to the line of scrimmage? I think he did.
He did, and he was a little bit out of the pocket, too. Yeah. That was one of the decisions that we talked about earlier, John. The play was designed to a certain receiver, and it wasn't there, and he threw it away.
Got, Jones, Macho Jones in there in the backfield with.
I haven't seen much of him this year, so I'm interested to see
Get
what
a 9th grader. He's got some tough. He runs hard. He takes it up to the 34-yard line. That would be our buddy Paganis again on the tackle.
So you've been doing this a long time, John. How many freshmen have you seen actually? Probably you can count them on 1 or 2 hands, couldn't you?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Freshmen, skill players?
Yes, I could probably. We'll do that. We get a little break. I'll give you a few of those. There's Barksdale on the catch.
Nice simple route. Turned around, caught it. First down.
Brought down by Martinez. So he picks up 7. First down, Indians.
I really like Glasser's confidence in his demeanor out
Short
there today.
passing game. He is just lights out. He just nails it. There's Jones on the carry. Takes it up to about the 20. Ashford on the tackle for the Ascenders.
Yeah, we both watch a lot of college ball, John. We've seen guys that can't throw the 7, 8 yard, 10-yard pass. So
no, they throw it through the guy's body sometimes,
Yeah.
or it's sometimes they can't put together the timing and the velocity of the ball kind of thing, and sometimes you just put it just too much at the guy. Glasser keeps it, takes it down to the 14-yard line, gain of 6. Be 3rd and 1 for the Indians.
I wish they wouldn't run him, though. I don't want him running the ball.
I know. Now it's going to be like that for the rest of the game, or maybe the rest of the season where you're looking for that stuff. Here's Jones on the carry. I think he got the first down.
I think he did too.
That was 96. That was Felalele.
You like saying that name, don't you?
Yeah, I think I got it right. Somebody will tell me it's wrong.
One more time.
Felalele.
All right.
Maybe over exaggerating a little bit, but it was first down Indians. And there's quick pop, nice throw and catch. Jace Barksdale with the 12-yard touchdown.
Yeah, you mentioned before, John, nice touch on that throw. If you fired that ball like a missile in there, it'd be tough to catch, but he put just a little bit of air on it and just threw it right into the hands.
And Jason with good hands, and then
Barksdale,
almost a ball fake as he went across the goal line. And the guy holding the ball is Malachi Corbett, so that's who we want to see. You can see we're trying to get him. Kind of look at this here for the extra point. Yeah, how do I do this? He's left-footed guy. Get it down. Just didn't get it down, but got it down just enough. The ball was kind of still in the air, kicked it out of his hand.
That's something that's going to be practiced, and they'll be doing a lot of that next week. And
holding a ball and getting it kicked out of your hand hurts. You'll learn quick how not to do that.
I used to hold for a right-handed kicker, or left. Why say right-handed? A right-footed kicker. We also had a left-footed kicker. We alternated. I could never get the hang of it, so someone else had to do it.
Press box is getting a little animated up here, which is always good. And
they shouldn't allow beer up here, John. I'm telling you.
And of course, we'd be remiss to not tell everybody it is 36-0, so it is a running clock. So running clock now should shorten this game a little bit after what turned out to be a pretty lengthy first half.
Yeah, and it's crazy that it's 36-0 because I've been to running clock games with you this year so far, and it doesn't resemble this kind of game at all.
It's just where IMG hasn't had the opportunity to sort of cash in on anything, and of course, if they've been moving the ball, but just not effectively enough to get it into even the red zone at this point.
And I'll give some credit for Venice for stopping them on those occasions, but also I think IMG has failed to deliver when they had open looks.
So that's a really good kick by Arcadipani down to the 3. Southall runs right past an arm tackle, but this time Platt pushes him out of bounds. The press box went from gleeful to a little upset about the fact that tackle was missed to see who the guy who came down flying him. It was Jones. He just coming down fast and just kind of ran past him, but fortunately Indians were in position to make the tackle.
Yeah, you got to kind of break down there and anticipate.
We got a timeout for a water break. We'll take a timeout here as well. 36-0 Indians, 5:40 left in the third quarter.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
And we're back here with 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. IMG. And that is
not Ash.
Not Ash. No, it is Ash.
Yeah, it is Ash. I'm sorry. We should have known better, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really focusing on him. There's 3 guys all around him, led by, looks like
Charles
Papadakis.
Yeah, Papadakis for sure. So no gain. It's 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line. We had mentioned earlier about some freshmen.
Yeah.
I mean,
how often have you seen them play in Venice High School history in your
not
long
often,
tenure up here?
Not often. Not to contribute, that's for sure, by that much. Lee on the tackle again on Ash. Galloway in there as well. Gain of 1. So 3rd and 9. Trey Burton played defense most of his freshman year and started there, and very, very good safety at that point. I'm trying to remember if Trey Smith was a starter
and his backfield running mate.
Ardell Daniels.
Yeah. I want to say I saw him as sophomores, but I'm not sure about freshmen.
I don't remember how that worked, but if it wouldn't surprise me if they were contributors, or at least Trey was. And there's Noor on the kind of carrying a nice play by Zarkowitz for the Indians. When he's on the field, that kid's a playmaker, man. He does a lot of good on special teams, and he's active right here. He breaks down. He's you know what I'm saying, like, it's a good play. That's a good solid play.
Yeah, it almost looks like he has a nose for the ball.
Yes.
So wherever the ball is, he's kind of going to be right there with it, especially on plays like that when a quarterback's running out of the pocket.
So 4th and 6. The 34, punter in there again for the Stanley for the Ascenders, and I think that is Lewis back deep. That punt is again caught in the wind, heading towards the sideline. Stays in bounds. Gets a good bounce down to the 32-yard line. So Ascenders do a good job. Tyler McKenzie, who just a year or so ago passed away, 4-year starter at linebacker for the Indians, was another guy I know that played 4 years and started. I know I'm forgetting a few of them. I apologize to all the you guys out there that have played for the.
Hey, text John if you know the answer. I mean, we'll put it on air and give you credit.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, freshman contributors. Oh, Bryce Carpenter.
Oh, that's right.
4-year starter at. So that might be the one that really pops off the page.
And who was his favorite receiver? They went to the same college.
That would be Javon Hiley.
Yes.
But Javon was a freshman contributor a little bit in his freshman year, but mostly as a sophomore. 1st and 10 Indians from the 32-yard line. Pass incomplete for Ryan Matulovic.
That's the same kind of play they almost hooked up on several times. That one was a good route. Good throw.
Just a little low, but I mean,
catchable, but yes.
Nobody else is going to get it, that's for sure.
So he put in a good spot.
2:19 left in the 3rd quarter, and that running clock's making things go by very fast. Glasser hands off to Jones, follows his blocker, and that's Alvin Johnson. Alvin back in there, tripped up by Ashford.
Just missed breaking off a long one there, John. If you didn't get tripped near the end of the play there, he could have been run down the sidelines.
We're going to give him 5. It'll be 3rd and 5 at the 37-yard line. Tempo's not super fast, but it's still, faster than most. Glasser fakes. Oh, we got a penalty.
Motion. Yep.
Against the Indians.
Well, we haven't seen a flag in a while, so
no, it's the first one of the quarter for the Indians, so that's good. So that'll make it 3rd and 10 Indians at the 32-yard line. Takes away that 5-yard gain from Alvin Johnson. They're blitzing on this play. Glasser plenty of time. Nice throw. Kind of, was it dropped?
Or was it tipped? I couldn't
tell. 2 was there. He acted like he made the play. So maybe we can catch it here on the replay and see if he does get a hand in there. I don't think he does.
Well,
no, it was a drop before he even got there. So 4th and 10 at the 32.
It's a little cooler out, John. We might get some stickum on those gloves.
Yeah. And that's twice he's let the ball get to his body through his hands. He's not like, I know what he's trying to do, but it wasn't kind of kind of happening.
Yeah, the goal is thumbs together, catch the ball
Yep.
out front, and then bring it into your body afterwards, as opposed to it possibly bouncing off your elbow or your
Right.
forearm or your chest pad.
Right. So timeout Indians, they ran it down. So there's, 4 seconds? 37 seconds right now left in the quarter. And the Indians did call timeout. They were trying to run the clock down. I think they were going to figure out what they wanted to go for it or not. I think punting is probably the wise decision here, but far be it from me to
Yeah, I
second
think
guess
they
any
should
decision
punt.
at this point.
I'd like a shutout, wouldn't you? It looks good in the scoreboard.
Yeah. And right now it is a bit of a beauty contest. You do have the point system for the playoffs.
You were mentioning that earlier. It's
Yeah.
kind of wacky how they do that. With is there computers involved in that?
I gotta think. I mean, for as complicated it is, yeah, there have to be a computer involved in some way or another. But you got all the factors, the schedule, how tough your schedule is factors into that, and that changes week to week based on your opponent. Tonight, this opponent will help our schedule out a little bit. Then you've got the win-loss record, which obviously is important. District champions automatically get into the top 4 in the region as well. So there's a lot of things a lot of pieces that are part of that whole thing. And every week they sort of they kind of get tweaked a little bit. Judson into punt, like I kind of figured they would. Another good punt by Judson. He hit a good one earlier. And it's risky, but a nice play there. Smokla brought down by, we'll go Brantley and Corbett on the play.
So we can mention that, IMG, we talked about it earlier, brought a lot of quarterbacks to the field today on the sidelines.
Yes.
Unfortunately, besides the number 1 starter who's now out, it looks like he's not returning to the game. Their backup has not showed a lot of promise at this point so far, so I don't foresee any kind of mad dash in scoring at this point other than handing off to the running back and hoping for the best.
I agree. I think what you're going to see is going to be and then of course do you even want to put Ash in that situation where he might, at some point in time you just might say, hey, it's time for the twos. I know the Indians are going to go twos on the defense.
Yeah.
So do they go twos? I don't know. Maybe they will.
Well, the only thing I would say to that, John, is that IMG doesn't have playoffs in their future, correct?
Well, this team does.
This team does?
Well, Ryan Sudal was here before. Right. He said that they have some sort of independent league that they play for, or play for a championship. So they are involved with that. The national team obviously doesn't have that, which I think, getting off subject, but they will have something at some point in time, where something you see like in soccer, where you have like the Premier League, and then you have the next the league that's the European Championships or whatever.
Yes, if you do well, you move up a division, or you do bad, you move down a division.
Those teams that are sort of all-stars in their way may be involved with that kind of stuff. So 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
That was a delayed draw. That was a sneaky little play there.
And that was Ash. Zarkowitz again on the tackle.
Yeah, it was interesting play. It looked like he was going down the field, but like I said, delayed draw. Ash, another 6 yards up to for him.
Down to the 44-yard line. Quick throw. And, it's intercepted. Nice play.
I'm not going to yell at the quarterback on that one because he threw it we should have, and it bounced right off the hands of the receiver.
I still didn't get the number, but I'm going to get it for number 50. Heenan.
I'm sorry, it did not bounce off his hands. It went straight to the Indians. I was blocked by a post up here.
But he read it beautifully. And that's a twos making a play right off the bat. I know Coach Shannon will be super excited about that. You see him make that play. So 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. There's Jones in the backfield. Nice run. Out to the 35-yard line. Tripped up by number 81. Looks like Savino.
And then one of the Indians' offensive linemen is trying to get goaded into a penalty. He backed away.
Not time for
that.
Nice
job.
So Jones gets 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. on the 36-yard line. Glasser quick throw out to Lewis.
Got some room.
Nah, they got him. It's too bad. He kind of went to the ground as he was like he slid down his body on the play.
Flag down. No touchdown.
Sort of. Yeah. Watch here. He's got the block. Kind of gets by him. There's a hold right there. Then he slips and brings him right to the ground. So
if he didn't hook him with that right arm, which I don't think he would have got him anyway. I think he would have been past him.
Yeah. I don't know if it was the most necessary foul to have on that play. So ball's back to the 46-yard line where it's 2nd and 14 for the Indians.
So there's effort penalty, there's mental penalties. That was an effort penalty, so I obviously should have let go, but I'm not going to go crazy on him for that.
Right, then his foot slipped out, so that wasn't always the best thing. Hand off to Jones. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet, to the 41-yard line. Whole bunch of IMG White Ascenders on top of Macho Jones. Let's give him 5 on that play. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Indians at the 42-yard line. We'll give him 4. Kind of a weird mark. Looked like he was
40. He's close to the 40.
I thought he was too. They moved him back a little bit, so the 42-yard line.
The officials getting a little lax in this game at this point.
Glasser takes a snap, looking to throw. Finds Barksdale down the middle. Great throw. That's a throw right there.
Yep.
Stopped by Gaskill, but Glasser took Barksdale.
Yep, he was in the inside receiver in a slot. He did a hard step to the inside, ran a type of skinny post, and between 2-3 defenders. That was a really nice throw by Glasser.
19-yard gain.
I've been
There's Jones again.
Yep.
Ball spot at the 23-yard line. Macho Jones brought down by Gaskill.
Very impressed by Glasser and Jones.
Jones is down to the 12-yard line after the 11-yard gain. Jones on the carry. Breaks it down to the 6-yard line. Number 44 of the Ascenders, that is Colton Pickett on the tackle. Gain of I'm going to give him 5. 2nd and 5. Jones in the carry. This time takes it down to about the 4. So ball's at the 5-yard line. Let's give him 1 right there. 3rd and 4. Brought down by Pickett. Looks like a timeout for a water break.
Yep.
And we'll take probably our final timeout of the night. Come back here with the Indians winning 36-0 in the 4th quarter.
What does Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram and Venice High football have in common?
The perfect team and the perfect lineup.
Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram will always go the extra yard, so you can score big with the area's best selection and savings. So if you're looking for a championship vehicle lineup
and a dealership that tackles the competition,
visit Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice.
And if you're looking for a championship football lineup, check out the Venice High football team.
Who supports Venice High football? Douglas does.
And we're back here. It's 3rd and 4, maybe less than that. They can get a first down before they get a touchdown. And Glasser had Gasati kind of up in the back of the end zone. Just a little bit. Could have been an extra point for as high as it was going to the goalpost. But Gasati broke wide open right there, and it just couldn't get it off in time. He was going backwards.
Yeah, kind of threw off his back foot a little bit and didn't
get a
chance to follow through. So, it went sailed a little bit on him.
So 4th and 4 at the IMG 5. Got 3 up to the right, and you got Gasati by himself down here. Hand off to Jones. He knives his way. I think he's got the first down.
He's
brought
close.
down by number 99,
looks like
Alan Cow. I can pronounce that right. So we'll see if they got the first down. Where are they marking that thing?
Yep.
First down, Indians.
First down and goal from the, they got the 1.5, 2-yard line.
I'm going to give them the 1. And there's Glasser on the keeper. Touchdown. And we got another penalty after the play. Glasser makes 31 miss, and then he sort of scoots in there. Not sure what's going on down there with the after the score stuff.
Well, Venice lineman did a good job finishing his block, and the defensive lineman from IMG didn't appreciate it, John.
No,
it was a legal block.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, they're playing the blocking the whole way, and this is.
When you pushed 8 yards down the field, don't get up and cry foul.
Be upset.
Yeah. If they did call it on IMG, they'll probably do it on the kickoff again. It'll be a second consecutive time, right?
Yeah, and I would probably say now you see now this is all going on. The clock is still running, so this is how this is the killer.
The big question is though,
with the running clock.
If there's a 15-yarder, are they going to onside kick again, John?
I would be surprised.
Okay.
Personal foul, dead ball personal foul against the Ascenders.
Yeah,
and that'll be taken probably on the kickoff. So.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Arcadapani in for the extra point. Malachi Corbett, the new holder. And it was said this is again if you were in a game like this, you're just watching that clock tick 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 while discussions are all happening. That time there was a little better on both ends. Extra point is good. So the running clock at 4:07 left in the game. Your score: Indians 43, Ascenders 0. So again, you got 15 yards on the penalty against IMG. So you're kicking off at the 45-yard line, and then I probably think that coach is going to go ahead and kick it deep at this point. Let them get to the 20.
Well, they're putting on the 40.
Well, they'll walk it off first. They do.
Okay.
They go through the whole.
I got you.
It's the dance they have to dance in order to make sure everybody knows what happens. And there it goes right there. So I mean, outside of the injury to Ryan Downs, and hopefully the nothing serious with Gator Wilder, this game couldn't have gone, outside the penalties too, couldn't have gone much better.
Kind of funny. That was one of our hot topics before the game, John, when we discussed it was penalties and discipline on some of these errors that they're making that hopefully do not cost them somewhere down the road in the playoffs.
Second half, though, only 2 penalties so far for 15 yards.
Okay.
So it's not too bad there.
No, IMG has had the bulk of the penalties in the second half.
Just sort of silliness, yeah.
Yeah.
And kicks it deep, which good to see. Right at the edge of the goal line, so he's going to take it back and stopped at the 11. That's number 21 for the Indians.
Yep.
That would be Marte.
Bradley Marte.
Bradley Marte on the tackle.
Got down there quick.
He sure did.
I'll tell you what, I see a lot of IMG, I'm not going to say they're giving up, but I see a lot of players standing around. Effort's not quite there, so.
Yeah, no doubt. It's kind of tough to get fired up. That was Talley on the return, though. I should give him some credit for that. New number 2. That's not the old number 2. That's a new number 2.
That's true.
Throwing to number 10.
That is not Eli Hamrick, the starting quarterback of the game.
So a gain of 4 yards, and that's Brantley on the tackle. 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 5 at the 15-yard line.
So less than 1:35 on the clock right now.
So I don't have enough. There's a lot of number 2s. Would Hamrick come back? That's not him. No, they're totally not that guy. So.
No, even when he threw the ball, I could tell his style was even different.
28 in there. Tackled by Marte. So that 28 would be Molina on the carry. And they gave him no gain. Third, generously gave him no gain because that was definitely a loss on that play. But I get why they're, easy to mark it and go.
Well, you're looking at 1 more 2 plays, John, and this one's in the books.
So right now, the second half for the Ascenders has been not what they had hoped for. I mean, obviously the starting quarterback went down.
Yeah, as soon as he did, their opportunities for any kind of big plays went out the window, except for a long run, which we almost saw.
Another quick throw, and looks like a first down for the Ascenders. That was Brantley on the tackle. That was Boros on the reception. Ball's up to the 21-yard line, a 6-yard gain. First down for the Ascenders in this half.
And that's it. Calling it. Yep.
And that's the game. So Venice Indians with another running clock victory, this time against the IMG White Ascenders. 43-0 is your final. We'll come back, go over a few more some stats and a few little different things, and wrap it up for tonight, Bill. And we'll see if we can come up with anything more to complain about. With that, we'll be back here. We can try. We'll be back here in a second after these messages. Back to a view of the band cranking out the chop. You know, so we are the Indians, so we got to do the chop. You and I are not Florida State fans, but it is what it is. We deal with our hometown chop, and we enjoy it.
The chop is appropriate.
Has a good time with it. Yep, no doubt.
Play away, band.
No doubt. Second half was total domination by the Venice Indians. Yeah. 10 carries for 3 yards for the Ascenders and 2 for 4 passing with an interception for 11 yards, which puts them just under 200 yards total offense. And I think for an undefeated team to come in here and then be held for under 200 yards on total offense is tip of the cap to Coach Larry Shannon and his defense tonight.
Yeah, we were looking forward to seeing some of the skill players on IMG, and they did disappoint. Some of them didn't, and they had some opportunities in the first and second half, or the first half, John, where they missed some big plays. Of course, and then their quarterback went down in the second quarter, and beyond that, the second half was just miserable for them. Like you said, how many yards did they have in the second half?
They have a total of 14 yards.
14 yards. So they were basically weren't even there on offense in the second half. So the quarterback being out and not having that threat to throw the ball down the field to the tight end, was it Gottschrick?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was open a few times, and then they completed a big play for a touchdown. It was called back. And then, of course, the running back was actually a really good player, and then he ran for 173 yards a game, and I think this game he had.
He's close to that because, I mean, again, a lot of negative yards that the kid taken off it. But I bet you he was real close to his season total. But just, man, he was running from I would say from the 30 to the 30. He wasn't getting much more than that. But the big chunk play, the 65-yard run near that when they came off from bad field position, definitely was a big chunk for him too. But again, the Venice Indians defense played real well tonight. Big offensive line to play against. Those kids, we didn't really mention it, but they were some big boys out there for the Ascenders.
Yeah, and then, so they had a 2 or 3 man skill player team who they count on to make plays. Venice had 7 or 8 guys they could have went to, and they did. And they all contributed. A lot of receivers caught balls. A lot of guys ran the ball for good yardage. So a team effort by the Indians on offense. and defense to contribute to that nice 43-0 win.
Overall, Indians went up with 35 carries for 261 yards. Passing-wise, they ended up with 15 out of 27 for 176 yards and 3 touchdown passes. So, again, pretty even. I mean, the running game was better, but I like the plays, and we're pretty even and back and forth. Alvin Johnson getting a nice game tonight, 13 carries, 140 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he was sort of the bell cow there for the Indians on that side of the ball. And then so again, Indians 43-0. You've got the CAI, the Clearwater Academy International, coming in here, team that beat us here on our field last year. So I know that the kids remember that. Some of the boys do, and they definitely want to make amends for it. And that's a good team. They beat Riverview not long ago on a very controversial ending, but again, they did beat Riverview, so that'll be next week's game. We'll see if the Indians can close out the season with the victory and head towards the playoffs with a high seed and a chance to keep momentum going towards the.
Well, a lot of this team is going to fall on Jaden Glasser's shoulders now that Ryan Downs is hurt and will not be back this year.
No. Based on what we were told, that's about it.
So a lot is going to fall on his shoulder. If he plays the next few weeks like he did tonight, it's good news for the Indians. He looked composed. He had some drop passes. His numbers could have been even better.
He probably about 3 balls that could have been a little better. And then we liked late in the second half where he took the opportunity to throw out of bounds when he needed to. And so those are kind of the plays that you don't. Sometimes you just take them for granted, and they just end up being games, plays that are keep the momentum going. You don't do something to sort of give somebody else momentum, and you keep your own momentum going. So he seems to have a good grip on that. He's a senior, so he's I'm sure he's been told enough times, and he's got it in his head now. That makes sure that he's making some of the right plays, and to have the backfield that he has. You saw Macho Jones, the third stringer, run really nice against with the first team guys. So you got Gator Wilder, Alvin Johnson, and you have Macho Jones in the backfield to help him out with the running game.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of this is going to be on Glasser, but he showed great composure tonight, John, and he threw the ball soft when he had to. He threw some bolts when he had to. How he goes is how probably the Indians is going to fare going down the road.
Yeah, no doubt. So with that, 43-0 is your final. And again, Bill, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
We may be calling you up again. You never know.
I may show up.
There you go.
No.
And you're the running clock guy now. So
I enjoy watching the Indians on Friday night. Nothing is better than that, and lead into a big weekend of college football and pro football.
That's right. It's a precursor to the rest of the weekend, so there's no doubt about it. And with the win with the Indians, it makes it a heck of a lot better and a good start to it.
Absolutely.
With that, for Bill Madden, I'm John Massoni. And for everybody here at VSN, we thank you guys for watching. We'll see you here next week on VSN Vibrant Aspect Media. Have a good night.